The Seattle Mariners are back in action today against the Milwaukee Brewers, who own the best record in baseball. Good news for Seattle, they will avoid facing Jacob Mizrowski on this trip. That's good. Bryce Miller on the mound today for the Mariners for a 4:40 p.m. first pitch. Pregame show starts at 3 p.m. right here on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now.
Another day, another Seahawks doubter. Fitting then that Michael Bumpus and I are live from Virginia Mason Athletic Center. We'll speak with some Seahawks players, a Seahawks player later today. We heard from JSN earlier with Brock Heward and Brian Walters filling in for Salk. We'll get to that interview coming up in 30 minutes. But Bump, would it surprise you at all if I said, oh, hey, look at this, another cut of someone who thinks the Seahawks won't win a Super Bowl? You wouldn't be shocked.
No, I wouldn't be shocked.
Not at all.
I don't think it's hard to go back-to-back, too, but I understand that, people doubting the back-to-back, but it's more of just the process of even having an opportunity to go back-to-back. People think that, or a lot of people think that, they won't come anywhere near who they were last year. It's hard to have the best defense in the game. It is hard for JSN to put up 1,700, but to act like the majority of those pieces aren't here and that the talent is not going to do its thing, I think is a bit irresponsible.
I want to preface, before I play this cut, which will be cut one, I want to preface that I don't think there's anything wrong, before any of us know the outcome of a season, of picking one of three very good teams in a very tough division to win it. Like, there's nothing fundamentally incorrect about saying you think it'll be the 49ers, but there are some things that I want to talk about with this. So let's go to cut one. This is ex-NFL scout John Middlecoff.
I got the Niners winning the NFC West.
Wow!
I know we think the Rams are I know we think the Rams are the 27 Yankees. Seattle's just going to cruise to back-to-back championships. Football doesn't work like that. It never has. This is not baseball. You don't just plug and play players. Things can get weird. Obviously, Stafford's injury history is a thing of concern. Mike McDonald keeping these guys motivated. Kubiak was a huge reason for Seattle's success. He's now gone. They replaced him with a first-time play caller. They were 7-2 last year when Purdy starts. Here's the other thing. You know who the 49ers beat a lot? The Rams. Kyle Shanahan's record against Sean McVay speaks for itself. Oh, yeah, Seattle that won 14 games and lost 3. You know where one of those losses came? In Seattle against the 49ers. So it's not like the 49ers are intimidated by Fred Warner coming back, Christian McCaffrey, another season healthy, Nick Bosa, Mykel Williams. They got defensive reinforcements, so I got the 49ers.
Again, nothing wrong with picking the 49ers. I don't think it's like a horrible football take.
No.
Clearly, he's an ex-NFL scout and he knows football. I just happen to disagree with it. But what did you make of the argument?
I think he has a good argument. I think if you look at just talent alone, these three teams have a lot of it and most of it. When you talk about, obviously, the division and a lot in the conference. No, you can make an argument for all three of these teams. Brock Purdy is 7-2 or was 7-2 last year. You do have a Mike Evans who I think is going to be really good. He's going to be like the Kirkland signature Devontae Adams, I think. Can score a lot of touchdowns.
And I love Kirkland's signature.
I love Kirkland's signature. Good T-shirts. I rock with Kirkland's signature.
Yeah, they've got clothes quietly.
They do, low-key.
Slides.
That as well. Golf balls, too. But I think he's going to work well in that offense. I think that the run game is going to be on point. Now, you got to make sure Christian McCaffrey gets his money, because you don't want him to be disgruntled. Allegedly holding in. We shall see. But no, I think I'm not mad at any argument for any team other than the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
Anyone who throws Arizona Cardinals into the mix needs to be checked in immediately.
That's when you're just kind of doing like everyone should be allowed to participate kind of thing if you're including the Arizona Cardinals. I think my things that I disagree with the take are, I think it's almost always a waste of time to point to one of 3 games that 2 teams played and say, well, they won that one.
Especially week 1.
You know what I mean? Like in week 1, especially when it was 17-13, it was not like you dominated them. And when the Seahawks beat you in your house and once again in theirs, obviously here in Seattle, but like 41-6, like an absolute drubbing. Secondly, and it sounds like I'm defending the Rams with this one because he's critiquing Matthew Stafford's injury history. George Kittle, one of your most important players, entering the season, his age 33 season, coming off a torn Achilles, Like, you have your own injury concern. I don't know that the 49ers should be looking at any other team going, well, you got to think about injury. I don't know that you guys should be the one pointing fingers. Certainly not, because you might break them. Like, be careful, by all means. I think the 49ers have an amazing roster. I think they have one of the best play callers in football. I think that you know what I mean? Like, I have a ton of respect for that team. By no means will I be looking at Seattle facing the Rams, facing the 49ers and going, cakewalk. Absolutely not. These are going to be some of your toughest battles all year long. But what I think might be happening, we talked about this with Curtis a little bit, what I think is happening sometimes with the Seahawks is not just this thing of like, you guys have to respect the team that I cover. That's not what it is. It's a little bit of like I think there are a lot of NFL critics. Tell me if you disagree. I think there are a lot of NFL critics that were wrong about Seattle and are trying to make sense of what feels to them like randomness by going, oh, Seattle actually, they're not actually that good. They got really lucky. The ball bounced their way with this 2-point conversion. The 49ers were really hurt. They faced the New England Patriots, who weren't a very good team in a Mickey Mouse Super Bowl, and that's how they ended up getting it done. And they lost their offensive coordinator, and Sam Darnold turns the ball over, and that's going to end up costing them. It's like, in a way to make what feels like the random success of a team, because no one had the Seahawks as their betting favorite, in a way to make that make sense, they look at it almost entirely as luck and fortune and misfortune to other teams, and something that they can't count on again. And that's where I kind of start to go, hey, sometimes you're just wrong about a team. I was wrong. I didn't think the Seahawks would get to the Super Bowl. Maybe it's because I watched every single game, but there is not a stretch of time when I thought, oh, they're frauds. You know what I mean? Like, they looked like a very convincing football team. Week 1 to the end of the season.
I think some look at it that way. I think some have legit arguments. Like, I'm looking at the San Francisco's depth chart right now. What if Deebo Samuel can tap back into something? Monster. Christian McCaffrey, even at whatever age he is, he's still a monster. Christian Kirk, when he's healthy, decent receiver. You got Deshaun Stribling, who I think is going to be a sleeper over there at the receiver spot. You got George Kittle, you got Juszczyk, who's getting old, Trent Williams signed. Defensively, you still got Bosa, you got Greenlaw, Fred Warner's coming back. He's healthy this year.
Warner's going to be a massive change, too.
Alfred Collins, I think, is someone who gets slept on. I think the other two rosters, when we look at the 49ers and the Rams, have more household names right now. Mm-hmm. And when you have household names, you're going to get the benefit of the doubt.
No doubt.
Like, people are probably, a lot of people are just finding out for real about Devin Witherspoon because he got this contract. Like, because he's not going to jump out on the stat sheet. I think that obviously people still doubting Sam. You know, we'll see.
People are doubting JSN still.
Yeah, people don't think he's going to go for that 1,700, which I don't think he is, but he still give you 1,500. I think some people aren't believers in the Seahawks for whatever reason it may be. Don't know a lot of these guys. Got lucky, whatever. But I also think that other people are looking at the household names, the notable names on the rosters, and other teams might have more. What teams don't know about is, yes, it was a preseason game. Tyrese Knight just made some noise and is a guy who could play. Drake Thomas is a guy who could play. Ernest Jones. They're just Josh Jobe. I guarantee you a lot of people don't know about Josh Jobe. It's because they don't have the high-profile athletes over here like these other teams do. So I think that it's some of both. I think that some people are just like fluky, lucky. We'll see what happens. But I also think other people have an argument, and they're like, all right, well, I know Deebo. I know Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Let's see what they can do.
Now, there are some people, and I know this because I've seen one or two people text in before that are like, I'm kind of over this storyline. Like, I get it. It's the off season. We're finding stuff to talk about. And I agree in this sense. It only matters if it matters to players. So let's find out if it matters to players. Let's go to cut 2. This is Leonard Williams talking about doubters back in June.
I mean, I think so. I think I'd be lying if I said there wasn't a little extra motivation from hearing that type of stuff. There's a little extra, like, chips on our shoulder. We just came off of a Super Bowl, winning season, and people are still, giving other people favorites over us. But at the same time, like I said, it's always about us. It's about our process. I think that is still adding fuel to the fire for guys, but at the same time, we're going to stick to our process regardless of what other people outside may think.
And one more here. We're going to cut 3. This was Julian Love on with us during minicamp.
But the whole team, like, we embody. I know Mike embodies it. Like, he gets mad too when people talk about us that way. When we just climbed and reached the pinnacle, I was watching the draft a little bit. I don't tune in too much, but I saw, when the Rams picked that quarterback, and one of the commentators, might have been feeding the baby or something, and he said, "Yeah, this is a great situation for him. He's going to arguably the best team last year." And I looked at my wife. I'm like, "What did he just say?"
Looked at your baby. Are you hearing?
I'm like, I'm burping him. I'm just, wait, what? What do you mean arguable? Like, that's just the crazy mindset, and just like how people write us off so quick. There's no arguable in sports. It's either you won it all or you didn't, and we won it all.
They won it all. Do you think that, in a way, this is kind of good news for Seattle?
I think all the doubt is good news. I think that the organization thrives off of that. I also think that if they were to get all the praise, they have such a good culture here that they'd be able to kind of take it for what it is and move on and not really buy into all the hype and think that they're hot, you know what. But no, I think the hate is good, man. I love hate. Not like, the good sports hate. Okay, we're not talking about.
You're not talking about hate crimes.
Hate crimes, yeah.
I draw the line at hate crimes, and not a lot of people realize that.
Sports hate. I love it. I was sitting at at a bar the other day, and this guy was rage baiting me, and he was talking about how football is the easiest sport at all the sports. And I go, how so? I go, what are we talking about? Strategy, athleticism, like skill. What are you talking about? And he was rage baiting me, and I knew he was rage baiting me because he said, "You have a minute in between plays. Like, how easy is that?" And I go, "Oh, okay." I go, "What position did you play?" He said, "Nose tackle." I go, "Okay, so the game probably was easy for you because you have gap control."
Right.
Start talking about all this other stuff. But
did he ever give up? Did he ever?
No, he didn't.
Where'd the conversation go?
He kept going. I just decided I'm not gonna waste my time with this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move on. His name is Jordan. He's from Massachusetts. He's from Boston, so I already
hate him.
But no, and he was talking about the Seahawks and how he doesn't believe in them either. And I go, what's the perception of the Hawks on the East Coast? Just raw, give it to me. He goes, that they got lucky, that Sam isn't that good. You guys will be nothing without K9. The offensive coordinator, we don't know. All the concerns that we have. I'm not concerned about Sam anymore, but all the concerns were real. And then I asked him, I said, all right, well, what do you think about the Chiefs? He said, I think they're going to be good this year. I go, why is that? Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce, you got K9. I go, well, Mahomes was hurt last year. Kelsey's definitely slowed down. I mean, we'll give you K9, but we'll see. But I said, well, some of the things that you just let slide with the Chiefs, you're not letting slide with the Super Bowl champions, right? So try to look at it that way. He's a Bostonian. He didn't budge, but at least I got him thinking about it.
To be fair, the Seahawks did beat his team. I'm sure he's a Patriots fan. The K9 stuff's always interesting to me because it's like, who was talking outside of Seattle? And, some NFL voices, like Ben Solak has always really liked Ken Walker. He's talked about him when we've had him on. But, like, how many top 10 running back lists had Ken Walker entering 2025?
Maybe one. I think I saw one.
Who was all over Ken Walker? Who in NFL media loved Ken Walker and loved Clint Kubiak and truly believed in him before the season started? But now that Seattle's lost both of those, they're lost without them?
Yeah.
I just think that's interesting.
It is interesting. Sometimes you don't know what you got till it's gone.
And I do think
that's what people are like, they really were good. Yeah, but now you trust in Mike McDonald and John Schneider.
Yeah.
They're going to make the right hire. And from what I've seen, obviously one preseason game and a lot of practices, it's more about the intent. And the intent out there is to kind of roll over what happened last year and sprinkle in some new. And I think that's the perfect direction to go. I
think there are some fair critiques when it comes to, like, you didn't lose a generational talent at running back and the best play caller in the league. And people sometimes dismiss the Seahawks as though they're incapable without those two. But you did lose your starter. And you do have a new play caller that's a first-time play caller. Like, those are real factors. That's when I'll allow kind of like, no, totally get it. Yeah. Fair critique, but that's an interesting. I'm surprised he even mentioned K9. Like, I fully expected him to say, "Oh, Sam Darnold turned the ball over more than anyone."
Didn't even mention that. Didn't even mention that. He mentioned doubt in Sam Darnold, but he didn't. And then once I realized kind of the depth of their knowledge when it comes to this
or
stuff,
lack thereof.
I just meet them there and then don't go deeper and move on.
Let's get to headline rewrites.
Extra, extra, headline rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news.
Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services.
With Bump Stacy.
Headline number one, the Mariners finished their 9-game road trip with a 3-game series against the first-place Brewers. What's the real headline?
Nothing like facing the best team in baseball to help build on momentum. Yes, I am saying that with a little bit of bitterness. I love that the Mariners have won 3 of their last 4. I love that they took a series from the Astros. But, Bump, I so wish that you were facing the A's or the Angels, or that you just had some team right here to like help you build just a little bit. And instead it's like, oh, I'm so proud of you guys. Here's the toughest battle.
I call them the small ball Brewers. And they have with the best team ERA, pitchers on point. Thankfully, we're not seeing Jacob, the best pitcher in the game right now, lowest ERA, most Ks. Square up. Let's go. Like if you really, you went to the Bronx, you got a game there. You took a series from the Astros, a team that is in your division you needed to beat. You should have taken 2, honestly, in New York. But listen.
And frankly swept the Astros. You should be coming off 5 games.
So let's square up then. Take that. Use that. I don't wish nothing. I don't wish we had a cupcake after this. I wish we had the best team in the game on paper. That's what you got. What are you made of? Square up. Let's get it.
So here's what you're looking at with the Brewers. They took 3 of 4 from the Dodgers. Tough. They swept one of the best offenses in baseball earlier this month, taking, took 3 of 4 from the Pirates. They were swept by the Padres. That's just something to keep in mind. And you will not be facing Jacob Mizrowski.
Thank goodness.
So that's all I can give you guys, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed for this one. First pitch is at 4:40 p.m. Bryce Miller on the mound. Pregame show is going to start at 3:30 on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 2, during an interview with a German media outlet, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell says there is no doubt the NFL will one day have a team based permanently outside of the U.S. What's the real headline?
Someone better tell the Jags.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, bus is leaving. Hurry.
Pack your bags. Hey, don't buy that house. Okay? Y'all about to move. No, I think it's good. And I was thinking about how this could work. And obviously, I think that, the team, wherever the team is, whether it be Europe, Canada, Mexico, if it's across the pond, they would have to fly over and play like 2 games at a time.
Right. Is there not a
here.
massive
stay for 2 games.
competitive
stay for 2
disadvantage?
weeks. There is. But if you stay for a couple of weeks, I think that kind of evens things out a little bit. Yeah, but the hard part would be the teams flying over there.
Yeah.
Right? I think you would have to fly over there and get a bye after that. That's the only way I think you could reset your clock and everything would be good.
I get why the NFL wants to expand. It's a business, ultimately. Like, I completely understand. And there is a demand for the NFL overseas. You see sold-out stadiums when they go to Tottenham, wherever else. But I just, assuming that it is one team, that you either relocate there or let's say you expand to 34 or whatever it is. I don't see how that's not a massive competitive disadvantage to that team and that team alone. And I don't see how that team feels cohesive or integrated in the same way with the rest of the NFL. That's so weird. You know what I mean? Like, think about that. Like the fans of that team, if it's a relocated team, don't go to any home games anymore. So you're missing the same home crowd feeling. You have crazy travel schedules to keep in mind. I get why the NFL wants to do it. Frankly, I don't know that I like the idea.
I think Europe would support it. After going over there to Germany and watching how they supported that game, sold out into it, knew the rules. Honestly, I think the disadvantage would be to the teams traveling to them because they can't stay for 2 weeks. Like, there's no other team for them to play. But the other team, that say it's a European team flying over, chill for a couple weeks. But it's still going to be tough, though, either way.
Or maybe the NFL would let them. You're right. Maybe the NFL would try to balance it by being like, every game for the first season is a home game for you.
Every game?
I'm just saying you got to do something.
Man,
what are they going to fly to?
What
are they going to fly to the States 8 times?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, but it is what it is. What are you going to do? Start in Mexico. Make it easier. Start in Mexico.
Yeah, there you go.
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 3, this just in from NFL Network's Mike Garafolo and Ian Rappaport. They say Terion Arnold will be placed on the commissioner's exempt list once he is officially signed by the Seahawks and won't play or practice while his legal case plays out. What's the real headline?
So we're not seeing him in a Seahawks uniform for a while. Got it. if anyone's wondering, the next time he's due in person in court, it'll be in Tampa, is October 5th, I believe, which is the day after the Seahawks have a game. If you're waiting until the case fully plays out, that keeps you off the field until at least October. Stay
in shape, man. Stay focused, because if you get an opportunity, Mike McDonald knows exactly how to use him. This wasn't a move to save this defense. This defense doesn't need saving. You have the personnel, I believe you do, to try to duplicate what you did last year. This was more, can we get better at some point? This is almost like a trade deadline type of thing. We got this weapon that we're going to use. We can't use it yet, but once he's cleared, it's almost like making a trade. So I like the move. It's for cheap. Hopefully things work out for Terion. If not, they're not losing a bunch of money.
Yeah. All right, still to come in the show today. We're going to talk to a Seahawk a bit later, head outside for practice. We're not practicing, but we will head outside for Seahawks practice because we're live from training camp, taking a look around the NFL. And we're going to, I don't want to get fully away from the Mariners today. We learned a lot from Jeff Passan, so we'll be sure to get to that. But we are going to focus on the Seahawks. Seahawks heavy day because we have a ton of new sound to get to, including a lot that we learned from Jackson Smith and Jigba. I have a lot of questions about having a new offensive coordinator. Oh, by the way, I don't have a lot of time for this, but you did rewatch the preseason game, which is weird, but you did rewatch it and you feel a little better about the offense.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that coming up in 4-down territory?
It could be.
Okay.
Unless we need it.
Well, I would like to get back to that at some point because I did not feel good about the offense. In fact, I initially did, and then I texted you to say I changed my mind.
Yeah.
I don't have any questions about this. So if you feel better about it, especially when it comes to Brian Fleury and his play calling, I want to know. So we'll get back to it. And then coming up next, JSN was on with B-Walt and Brock this morning talking about having a new OC in the building. He tells us what he's learned about Brian Fleury next.
Isn't it great to be back in pads playing football, little Seahawks style?
The work continues for the defending champs.
Creating this vision of who we want to become all the time.
With the first preseason game in the books. What are the biggest questions? The players to keep an eye on. Roster battles to watch.
Hey, we got to turn it up, dude.
Stay connected to all things training camp on Seattle Sports, the home of the Seahawks.
Justin's an avid skier, and a hard fall on the mountain changed everything.
I wound up tearing my meniscus, and then I found out that I also had osteoarthritis.
The pain was relentless.
Initially, it was probably a 7 or 8, but then it just continued and never went away.
It wasn't just pain, it was how he moved.
The biggest issue I had was simply walking. I could not walk without limping.
Others might have looked into surgery, but Justin chose stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. How's it now?
I'm back to skiing as hard as I can, and I don't even notice my knee anymore.
And the recovery?
Well, the biggest thing is I was walking without a limp within weeks, where I had been limping for the last year or so. Now I just feel totally normal. I feel like I can do anything that I ever did.
Before you choose surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first, the most experienced in the Northwest with over 20,000 stem cell procedures. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
T-Mobile is launching something no other wireless network offers. Introducing Nothing. Pay nothing today and walk out of the store with a new phone.
What did he say?
Nothing.
You definitely said something about nothing.
Exactly. Go to T-Mobile, pay nothing up front, and leave with a new phone.
Wait, nothing rules.
She gets it.
Hey, thanks for nothing.
For the first time ever, switch to T-Mobile, pay nothing. No taxes, no fees, no money down. And walk out with a new phone. There are 250 reasons to choose T-Mobile, and now nothing is holding you back.
On eligible devices with qualifying credit plan and 36-month finance agreement.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, all beds are on sale during our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe, plus free delivery on any mattress. Ends Monday, only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
No matter the time of year, working out at home is the best. Brock Heward here, and allow Top Fitness to create your own home gym. Simply give them your room dimensions, and they'll do a complete fitness room design. And everyone, from personal trainers to pro athletes, love their stuff. Top Fitness represents the very best brands in fitness like Precor, Inspire Fitness, along with many others. They also have flooring and weights that go right in your home gym. Locations in Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or simply visit topfitness.com. That's Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
Looking for a new Mazda? Check out Mazda of Everett during the More to Move You sales event. As the West Coast's largest Mazda dealer, they have over 700 new Mazdas in stock and are known for always offering the Mazda of Everett price. Awarded Mazda's President's Award 13 years in a row and ranked among the top 20 Mazda dealers in the USA for customer service. Shop at 11409 Highway 99 in Everett or MazdaofEverett.com. Dealer awards and rankings based on Mazda USA reporting and data.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit MuckleshootCasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. Nobody gets you closer to the action at Seahawks training camp than the home of the Seahawks.
I see you, boy!
Seattle Sports.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
I have a dare for you. After you use your old mop and bucket, put on your whitest socks and walk across the floor. Now look down. What's that gray stuff on your socks? I used to have that too, until I switched to Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop breaks down and locks away tough messes. Take the dare. Try Swiffer Power Mop. White sock approved.
The smarter way to clean your floors. It's time to make the swap. Swiffer Power Mop.
Are you looking to buy a house, but like everyone, you're priced out of the Bellevue, Kirkland, and Seattle market? Many buyers have the income, the credit, and the desire to own, but simply don't have the down payment, often at least $75,000 just for a starter home. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue with a great opportunity for home buyers. Introducing our Legacy Opportunity Loan. Legacy Group Capital has a select group of 100 new construction, single family, and townhomes in the top Western Washington locations. Acquire a new construction home with no down payment, allowable closing costs paid, and a competitive rate. Yes, that's no down payment and some closing costs paid by Legacy. A wise man once said, the hardest part of winning in real estate is just getting in. And now you can with our Legacy Opportunity Loan. So get in the game.
Limited properties available to qualified Washington borrowers. Learn more about this limited opportunity at LegacyG.com. Legacy Group Capital, LLC, and MLS ID 99045. Visit LegacyG.com for additional program details.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
I want to know what JSN thinks about having a new offensive coordinator, and I want to know about his relationship with Sam Darnold. Thankfully, we had a ton of insight into both of those relationships on with Brock and Salk this morning. Brian Walters filling in for Salk, and he and Brock had a chance to sit down with JSN, ask him a couple questions. We'll start in cut 5 with JSN talking about this new offense.
It is a challenge. It is a challenge every year, just coming in the off season, meeting new people, meeting another offensive coordinator, and trying to understand where he comes from and what his vision is. Just picking up that and really just starting from ground up. Again, it's not my favorite thing to do, but it does challenge me, and it does I feel like expand my game from a mental and physical aspect. So at the end of the day, I appreciate it, and I mean, it's pretty cool. We've had some great offensive coordinators come through here, so it's been an honor to just collab with them and really just get the job done.
What are the challenges that JSN's talking about when he's talking about getting a new offensive coordinator?
I mean, the obvious is just learning the language. I'm sure there's similarities and stuff. Like, no offenses are just so different that a player's like, what am I looking at? There are always some similarities that are going to overlap, but it's the way that your coordinator is communicating what he wants to. And the coaches are learning at the same time, right? Fitz is in there, his receiver coach. He's learning the Brian Fleury offense as well and what he wants. So it's almost like they're growing and learning together. And then it's being able to understand it and then go out there and play confidently. Because if you don't understand your expectations or where you're supposed to be in the terminology, you're going to second guess yourself. Therefore, you're not going to be yourself. But everything that I've heard and I know about JSN is that he likes to be challenged. We heard on Hard Knocks, Frisk was talking about, he came in and said, challenge me. So here's a challenge for you. There's a clip, too, where him and Coach are going back and forth trying to figure out, terminology and what I did and what I didn't do. But, yeah, that's what it is. But JSN, he's a smart dude. He's going to pick it up, and he'll be just fine. The hardest is for the quarterback because he got to know what everyone's doing.
Yeah.
As a receiver, first you learn you, and then you learn what everyone is doing around you, and it helps you.
I'm glad you mentioned that interaction he had with Frisman Jackson. In Cut 7, this was JSN talking about that debate on Hard Knocks.
That little bit last episode, I believe. Just, Coach Frizz and I just have a special relationship. I honestly feel good that, I can express myself and talk to him, and he kind of understands, my viewpoint and where I stand on things, and we can talk through things. So we have an amazing staff, and I think everybody has been taking it well, and I think it's cool for us to put in, in episodes.
If you're a coach on it, let's say you're Frisman Jackson, or let's say that you're just on this coaching staff, how do you make sure that having a new play caller doesn't become a big hurdle?
It's your job. No, it's not. No, it's your job to prepare your players. You're the teacher, right? That's the professor and Brian Fleury, and you are the TA. You're the person that they trust to grade the papers and make sure everyone's good. You have to make sure that everyone that you're teaching it in a way that everyone's picking up on. And people learn differently, too, and that's a challenge as well. But your main thing is to make sure your top 3 or 4 know what the heck's going on. And naturally, the guys behind will learn, and the veterans will teach them along the way. So it's hard, but that's what you're paid to do. As an assistant coach, you are a teacher. So you go in there, you teach, you answer questions, you do walkthroughs, extra film study. Most of these guys will be able to pick it up. It's rare that guys on this level aren't able to pick it up. Some don't, but for the most part, they're pretty sharp.
Do you think then that the talk of having a new play caller, especially a first-time play caller, is overblown or fair?
I think it's fair in the sense that you don't know what Brian's going to do when he goes out there, when he has to put together a game-winning drive. I think not knowing how he's going to call a game is fair. I think thinking that these guys aren't going to be able to pick it up, I don't think that's fair.
Okay.
I think you got Cooper Kupp and JSN in the same dang room. All right, they're going to be picking up and spreading the knowledge and all that. And Rashid Shaheed has been around the league a few times as well. So, yeah, I think it's more overblown on, are these guys going to be able to pick it up?
Players handle
it. They've had the playbook since April.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they're going to pick it up. It's just the execution and the play calling is what people are going to question.
Let's jump to another relationship, and that is JSN's relationship with Sam Darnold. Cut 11. They asked JSN if there's something about Sam that we on the outside just don't know.
Sam's just a strong-willed, strong-minded person, a perfectionist, and the way he just takes accountability. I mean, y'all might know these things, but just to see it every single day, his leadership is incredible and something that the team can fall behind and something the team trusts. I mean, you've seen it even with the defensive players. I'm telling you, like, the whole building is definitely behind him, just the way he approaches the game and approaches every single day. It's truly just awesome to see the way he can just pull each other in, and he knows that we have his back just because of, how he approaches every single day. And super talented. I mean, I did see a little special on the spin rate and stuff like that, and he's a gunslinger. He can spin it. And very accurate, kind of sees the plays before it happens. So, I mean, we're lucky to have Sam. I'm very lucky to go into year 2 with him.
You know what's interesting to me, but maybe not surprising to any of us? I started as a reporter in 2004 14, Super Bowl 49, but then in person, like here in the locker room, interviewing and everything in 15. So my first experience covering an NFL team was that roster: Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, Bobby Wagner, Russell Wilson, everything. And I still think to this day that because of how Russell Wilson's relationship with the team and relationship with Seattle fans ended, people don't give him enough credit for how good he was at his best.
For sure.
That being said, I don't remember a single time when I interviewed someone or talked off the record and heard them defend or prop up Russ the way that they do Sam here. Yeah. And I think that, like, Russ was so incredibly talented, and people knew he could ball. It's not like players were looking at each other going, this guy sucks. But the most fascinating difference between that team and this one, to me, personally, having covered both, is the relationship between players and quarterback.
Yeah, I think Russell Wilson was that guy that you brought into your friend group, and you knew him. You're like, nah, trust me, he's cool. Like, he's just got to loosen up. He's just got to get to know you. Like, you're making excuses for him, but deep down, you know, like, he's not a bad person. But you understand why people. No, he's not. But you understand why people might.
Yeah.
Not really vibe with him.
Not for everyone.
Sam's the guy you just bring in, and he's dapping the homies up. You're sitting down, having a beer. It's just personalities. It doesn't make one better than the other, but the way Sam is doing it is, I think, more conducive to guys having his back when he throws 4 interceptions against the Rams, you know, 2 in another game, when he fumbles the football. I could imagine at some point of Russell's career, it got to a point where he would make a mistake and guys would be like, dang, you know, like, come on.
Oh, trust me, I heard it.
Yeah, like, it, you know, and that's, and Russ is still a Super Bowl champion. He's
the best quarterback who's played. And he doesn't get the respect that he has earned here because of how it ended, but you're right.
Yeah, I think it's just personalities. I think Sam's personality fits in a locker room better than Russell's personality. Doesn't make Russell a bad person. Didn't make him a bad quarterback. No. But, and you know, I heard, I mean, you were talking about earlier, that clip with Sherm talking to Mike McDonald. Like, even Sherm's like, the way, like, this is different. Yeah. You know, this is coming from guy, first ballot Hall of Famer, probably the best corner in Seahawks history. And he's like, Moyer, don't get on me, okay? I know there's some guys back in the day who are nice too, okay? But that's coming from him. So him saying that means that all the leadership in this room or in this building is just on point. And who's the biggest leader on your team? It has to be the quarterback.
But I do want to add, teams are also, in a way, work environments. Different rules apply, but, like, it is not weird if 2 teammates don't particularly get along. No. It's only weird when it becomes a problem and it causes people to struggle or whatever. But, like, Russell is far from the only person I covered where some people, he just wasn't for them.
Right.
Second thing, though, is a question for you. In our conversation about, like, yeah, you know, that's interesting, hearing JSN and what he had to say about Sam, like, you know, it's just so different from the other iteration of this Super Bowl team. Does it matter? Like, does that relationship or how they feel about Sam matter right now?
Man. Heck yeah, it matters.
In what way?
It matters. Because if you're not vibing with your quarterback, that means there's a bunch of dysfunction going on. And Sam understands that. I think he understands his role. Right, if he's a guy that no one likes and you can't get along with him, we always talk about leadership starts at the top. It goes the owners, it goes John, McDonald, coordinators, quarterback, and then everybody else. Like this, in the tree of leadership, he's not too far removed from management, and he has to be able to embody the culture that Mike McDonald wants. If your quarterback's not bought in and can't get with it, you don't stand a chance.
The Seahawks have a new episode tonight of Hard Knocks coming out, and we have a preview coming your way next.
Outside of quarterback, for real, we got the hardest position on the field, man.
The big-time players.
They can't beat us throwing the ball.
Make big-time plays.
Ball picked up. Witherspoon comes near side.
And a big-time Seahawk.
Witherspoon, 97 yards.
He's locked in for the long haul.
Spoon and the soul of our defense. Spoon is the heart of it.
Spoon's extension. And what's next for the Hawks? All at SeattleSports.com. And the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
Let's go.
Not all roofs are created equal, and not all warranties are either. This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Right now, take advantage of free lifetime Golden Pledge warranties on all GAF shingle installations and save up to $3,000 or choose 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest up to 24 months. Summertime savings won't last forever. Protect your home with a roof you can count on for decades. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today. Held to a higher standard since 1968.
Need a heavy lift? Levitt Machinery is now your Taylor lift equipment dealer in Washington and Oregon. Engineered for extreme duty durability, Taylors are designed for demanding environments with uptime built into every machine. When the work is tough, Taylor delivers. And now backed by Levitt Machinery in the Pacific Northwest. LevittMachinery.com. Give us a call today. Stack it, reach it, lift it, Levitt.
Dino was suffering from a rotator cuff tear in his right shoulder.
Part of the pain is like taking off my shirt. I couldn't even really button my pants. I could actually qualify for a shoulder replacement if I wanted to go that route.
He chose to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
I heard the commercials for Dr. Wagner. I did my research. I thought about surgery, but the recovery time was so long. I didn't want to have to be in a sling. I want to be able to retire in a few months, get back to bike riding and playing golf without any pain in my shoulder.
Dino knew from experience that stem cell therapy works. Dr. Wagner had already helped him recover from osteoarthritis in his thumb, but he's not done yet.
And now 2 years later, I'm having an issue with my left shoulder, so I've got it scheduled, and I'm going to go back to see Dr. Wagner again because it was so successful.
Before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Summer is the time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your abs or tan. Guys, I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning during Advanced Hair's once yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your very own hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. They are the team that addressed my hair loss, and I recommend them to everyone. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. Advanced Hair's summer sales event is on for a limited time. So get the details and schedule your free consultation today. 425-449-8185. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and make the call now while their summer savings event is still on. That's 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
It's WFC 199 World Fighting Championship at Emerald Queen Casino Event Center. Saturday night, October 17th. Experience the thrill and excitement of high-energy professional mixed martial arts. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. Don't miss this amazing mixed martial arts event. WFC 199 World Fighting Championship, October 17th at Emerald Queen Casino. Always entertaining. 21 and older. Need gambling help? Call 800-547-6133 or visit emeraldqueen.com.
Listen every day to the Bump and Stacy Show for headline rewrites. Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services. Security systems and fire alarms for every business. Bay Alarm, we got you.
Guys, if your energy is down, your workouts feel harder, and your drive isn't what it used to be, it may not be aging. It could be low testosterone. At Revive Health here in Seattle, the first step is simple: a free testosterone exam and consultation with an experienced medical provider. We'll review your labs, symptoms, and overall health to determine if testosterone therapy could help improve your energy, strength, and performance. And for a limited time, qualified patients can get started with a free month of TRT. Revive has helped over 120,000 men since 2011 improve energy, sleep, mood, and confidence. If something feels off, don't ignore it. Get answers and take control of your health. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivehealth.com. Revive Health. Elevate your vibe. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact Revive for full details.
Man, how cool has it been to have a behind-the-scenes view into not only the main storylines during training camp, but what truly makes these guys tick? It's Mike Salk here, and that constant strive for improvement, right? What can you get better at each day? If that's inspiring to you at all, and if you want to become the best version of yourself, Eastside Weight Loss Clinic can help. They've helped more than 4,000 people locally lose significant weight and become a healthier, happier version of themselves. Heck, I lost 35 pounds in 8 weeks, and that could be you by this fall. Here's the best part. You get to enjoy delicious food that you love. The program teaches you lifelong habits so you can keep the weight off, and there's no monthly fees, no pills, no injections, and it's all real food that you buy at the grocery store. All it takes to get started is a free 15-minute phone call. Find out if it's right for you. You can schedule yours at eastsideweightlossclinic.com and take that call when you're in the car, commuting to work, or running errands. The only thing you have to lose is the weight itself. Go to eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bump Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
A new episode of HBO's Hard Knocks tonight at 6 p.m. featuring your Seattle Seahawks. There have been 2 previews released for this one. We're only going to talk about one here, but Bump, did you see the one where Devin Witherspoon walks into the locker room getting dapped up by everyone after the contract extension?
No, I didn't see that.
That one's very cool. I'll show you during the break. I think it just speaks to like the culture of how you want people to react to that.
Yeah.
Just to be celebratory, so excited for someone else. It was very cool to see. Like, everyone is so excited for him.
Get that bag. You should be happy. Because you know what that means? That if you ball out, this organization will give you that bag.
Exactly. So I thought that the way, if I were a coach, I would like the way that he was greeted by teammates in that moment. But that's not the cut we're talking about here. What we're talking about is this one. It's cut 4. This is a little preview of tonight's episode. Richard Sherman and Mike McDonald chatting.
How did you get these guys so, like, this is such a, like, hungry-ass team. We were still hungry after the first one, but you still felt like this dude got paid, this dude's starting to feel himself, this dude's pissed off, he's not getting enough money. You don't feel nothing here but grind, work.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like what we do, you know?
But that's easier said than done.
Well, I think, like, you guys were, you were tight, but you were, like, edgy.
Yeah.
Like, we have, like, edge, but we were, like, I don't know. It's like different dynamic of team.
Yeah, I agree with that.
This is the most Mike McDonald answer, is just pause. I don't know. Because he's really thinking. He's, like, processing it in real time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, part of me wonders, like, you know, is he thinking to himself, well, hey, not everything's perfect. Like, we do have to work on a lot of that. And then stopping himself from saying it, maybe. But I do think that there are some differences that are interesting. What'd you make of his answer?
He was trying to be like, yeah, you guys were just a bit different. You guys were a bit edgy. Obviously, they're chasing the edges here, too. But this seems like more of a youthful joy type of team.
Yeah.
And I think with the edginess that the Legion of Boom had, that type of approach can lead to more conflict just because of the personalities, right? When you look at this team, it's more kumbaya. And I think it's that way because of the type of person that they get in this building and the way that they coached him. If you look at Pete Carroll is not an edgy type of person, but defensively he wanted the crazy headhunters type of dudes. So to get that, and you still have those here, it's just so weird. I also think that it's a different generation of athlete too. Like the way we were brought up, right? The Legion of Boom was my generation. The way we were brought up, it was even tackling, lead with your face, knock somebody out.
Mm-hmm.
High school coaches grabbing your face mask, cursing you out, pushing you. Like, it was just different. And I think that way of coaching and style of play is more conducive to this combativeness. Like, things are going to happen. Whereas this, it's more of a mental health, make sure everyone's good, I'm checking in on you type of situation. And they get those type of guys who are able to flip the switch. It's almost like Legion of Boom was the last generation to do that. They crawled so these guys could run, right? It's just eras kind of define the type of person, type of athlete that you need. And in this era of football, this is the type of athlete you need.
Well, yes, 1,000% agree. And the trick is also to get guys that share those personality types on the same roster at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, is Leonard Williams able to be exactly who he is on this roster or on that roster. He's talented either way. Either way, he's a Pro Bowler. Either way, he's helping your team get to and win a Super Bowl. But this environment complements him because a lot of other players here are like him. Similarly, with Richard Sherman, you had a lot of big personalities in that room, and it's not a bad thing at all.
No.
It's just you had the right mix together. Like, they complemented each other, and that's part of the trick, too, is trying to get the right people in the room together. It doesn't matter if it's different. It just matters if it works.
Right. And this group, you have to get a group that vibes with each other. There's always going to be someone that's a bit different. It doesn't necessarily automatically fits in, or maybe there's a guy here that they know they're going to cut because he just doesn't fit what's going on. But the goal is to get guys from all across the country, from different walks of life, from the South to the East, the Midwest to the West, and have them buy in to what you're selling. And it's worked so far. And that's not to say that if Mike McDonald coached the Legion of Boom, they wouldn't buy into that. It's just that for that time, for that era, that's what was needed, and it worked.
Now, there is something that Seahawks team, the one that Richard Sherman was on, did that this team has not. Got back to another Super Bowl. Now, this team has a season to play. They're at a different time in the season. Maybe they do. Maybe they get back to one and win one. But what Richard Sherman and Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor and Russell Wilson and Marshawn Lynch and all of those guys did was something that only 3 teams, Patriots twice, but only 3 teams have done in the last 30 years, get back to another Super Bowl. Brian Walters, also part of that team to get back to another Super Bowl. He was on with us in Cut 18. This is Brian Walters talking about the toughest part of making that return.
Expectations. I think a lot of, you expect to be back. I think that's the thing. So when things start to go wrong during the season, it's like, ooh, it's almost shocking sometimes because but yeah, I think, one, you have a target on your back. Everyone knows who you are now. Everyone wants part to be a piece of the defending champions. But now expectations, everyone expects you to be there. And so you can't surprise anybody anymore. And so you got to bring your A game every single game, or else people are going to be on you and say, hey, this team isn't like the team that was last year because look how bad they were today.
All right, now let's get back to how we started this thing. Talking about the personalities on this team, the culture of this team, and how they vibe and how it's a little different than the LOB. How do you think this group is going to handle those expectations based on what you know about them?
I think they're going to handle it well, and the reason why is because unlike the Legion of Boom team, this team's being doubted. Like, this team is being doubted. They're like, look, they're good, but I think these other teams are better. With Legion of Boom, they're like, yeah, best defense we've seen. These guys are probably going to repeat.
Yeah.
This team isn't getting that. So I think the situation is a bit different, and it's probably the best. Again, being an underdog is the best thing in the world to me. I love being an underdog. I like having expectations and having people recognize who you are and what you can do. But the underdog mentality is easy to duplicate because they essentially are underdogs when it comes to 3 other teams, right? They even put the Bills in front of them as of late, depending on what you're looking at. So, yeah, I think it's easier because they're not being hated on, but they're being doubted.
You know what's so fascinating? I remember some of the conversations about the LOB being like, well, these guys had an edge, but they kind of had to. Richard Sherman was a 5th-round pick.
Doug Baldwin undrafted.
Doug Baldwin was undrafted. KJ was a 4th-round pick. Cam Chancellor was a 5th-round pick. Yeah. Russell Wilson was a 3rd-round pick. Bobby was going to be a Hall of Famer. He's going to be a first-ballot Hall of Famer. He was a 2nd-round pick. There are other linebackers taken ahead of him. So these guys all had edge curated for a while, but then they were the clear favorites. I find it interesting that this team has a bunch of – they have first-rounders. They have got, you know what I mean? They have guys that have gotten paid. Yeah. They have guys that were number 5 overall pick. They have a guy that won Offensive Player of the Year. And yet, a lot of these guys, it's not the first time they're facing doubt, but I almost think it's useful for this group to be feeling that right now because it's not going to curate edge. It's not going to make them different than who they are. But it's like they kind of need it.
Yeah.
I think it's, you know what I mean? I think it's an interesting juxtaposition.
It is. I like when you say that word.
I do too. I like finding ways to use it. Today's pitching matchup brought to you by Eastside Exterminators. Bryce Miller faces off against Milwaukee lefty Kyle Harrison. First pitch coming up at 4:40 p.m. Speaking of the Mariners, why haven't we seen Cade Anderson yet? Jeff Passan has a theory. That's next.
Yeah, isn't it great to be back in pads playing football, little Seahawks style?
The work continues for the defending champs.
creating this vision of who we want to become all the time.
With the first preseason game in the books, what are the biggest questions, the players to keep an eye on, roster battles to watch?
Hey, we got to turn it up, dude.
Stay connected to all things training camp on Seattle Sports, the home of the Seahawks.
Hey, Mike Salk here for Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and not all getaways are going to earn 4 diamonds, but you can experience the 4 Diamond Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, where the breathtaking views, elevated dining, and world-class gaming and entertainment make the perfect escape. Also, check out upcoming shows. You got 80s pop sensation Taylor Dayne on September 6th, or local rock legends Queensryche on October 10th. Tickets at snocasino.com. You can elevate your next getaway. That's 4 Diamond and Seattle's closest Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Please game responsibly.
11 Lee Johnson dealerships, different brands, different vehicles, one promise everywhere. We'll work hard to get you the best deal we can.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
One of my favorite scenes from training camp was a coach telling a player he should be happy for another teammate who just signed a contract extension. He earned it. Dave Wyman here, and I'll be happy for you if you earn $30 each month with a Harborstone Credit Union PNW Cashback free checking account. No fees or minimums. Sign up for a membership at Harborstone Credit Union /cash and get the PNW Cashback free checking account. Or visit one of their 29 branches across the Northwest. Insured by NCUA, terms and conditions apply.
Experience the thrill of the Kitsap Fair and Stampede, August 26th through the 30th. Keep the excitement going all week long with high-energy live concerts featuring country and rock artists, including classic American rock band Jefferson Starship and Canadian country artist Allie Walker. The Kitsap Fair and Stampede runs August 26th through the 30th. Don't miss it. Get your tickets today and all the info at kitsapfair.org. That's kitsapfair.org.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
Paid political announcement.
If you care about keeping groceries affordable, listen up. Seattle City Hall is considering an ordinance that could put grocery discounts, rewards, and coupons, otherwise known as your everyday savings, at risk. As the cost of living continues to climb, Seattleites rely on grocery store rewards programs to help stretch their household budgets. Now, City Hall wants to take these away. The mayor's proposed fair pricing ordinance could have the exact opposite outcome and make everyday living more expensive for those already struggling to get by. Protect Seattle Savings is a coalition dedicated to defending the everyday savings that Seattle families rely on. We're working with the mayor's office to improve the proposal and keep costs down, but we could use your help. If you care about keeping groceries affordable, visit protectseattlesavings.com to learn more and join the cause. Again, visit protectseattlesavings.com now to learn more.
Paid for by Protect Seattle Savings.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. After 15 years and over 50,000 cancellations, I can tell you with confidence, we know how to get you out of your timeshare. Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit guide absolutely free with all your options for cancellation. Attorneys, this was meant to be funny, so please don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-881-8686. That's 800-881-8686. 800-881-8686.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
The Mariners are back in action today against the Milwaukee Brewers, who own the best record in baseball. Good news for Seattle, though. They will avoid Jacob Misiorowski on this trip. Bryce Miller on the mound today for Seattle. 4:40 p.m. first pitch. Pregame show starts at 3:30 p.m. right here on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. I do want to say, so I can't stop laughing at this text. We got a text.
It's bold.
It's bold. We got a text in where someone goes, "What happened to Stacy? Is she pregnant? Her face looks different." And then before I responded, I'm not pregnant, by the way. Before I responded, they go, "If so, I had no clue. Congratulations." Something about following up with like the "if so, congratulations" took me out.
First off,
I was
how old are you? Have you not lived enough life to know? Unless you are 100% sure.
Yeah, don't be making those
never
comments.
Ask a woman if she is pregnant.
And I'm not even offended. I just thought that it was so. But no. I mean, I probably have Botox. Maybe that's what it is. but no. Something about that was so funny to me because it was immediately following up with like, "Hey, if you are, congrats."
Congrats. If not, my bad. You should have said my bad.
Keeping it moving.
It's so funny. But no, I'm not. Thank you for noticing my face looks different, though.
I think it's the studio lighting
Botox.
at the VMAX.
The studio lighting's horrible. My face always looks
just putting it on blast.
Yeah, my face. No, not in a bad way. Just in a way where it's bright lighting. Like, I look not so great in this lighting. That's what I'm saying. Our digital team is amazing. They do great work.
Way to save it.
No,
yeah.
This studio is phenomenal. But, like, I could see why someone would look at me and go, "What's wrong with you? Are you okay?"
What's wrong with you?
But yeah, the "if so, congrats" is killing me.
That's bold, brother.
All right. Why haven't we seen Cade Anderson yet? Plus, can the Mariners take 2 from the best team in baseball? We're going to get to a ton of that with Jeff Passan, who was on with Brock and Salk. Actually, Brock and Brian Walters this morning. I'm going to start with this. It's cut 19, and it's a question that I'm wondering as well as other people, which is, hey, beginning this past Friday, you could, without too many consequences, bring up minor leaguers. I thought by now we might have seen someone. I thought by now we might see Cade Anderson, but we haven't. Why not? Cut 19. Here's Jeff.
I think the Mariners have approached this where if they were in a better situation, Cade Anderson would be up right now. And I think there's, you're still in a position where you're 2 games back of a wild card spot. And I know there are a bunch of teams to leap over. The same exact situation that the Boston Red Sox faced before they ripped off 15 and 27 of 30 and now are firmly and comfortably in possession of the second wild card in the American League. So a team as talented as the M's can do it. What role Cade Anderson is in at this point, to me, would be immaterial. I would look at it like this. If Cade Anderson comes up, is he one of my 13 best pitchers? If the answer is yes, you bring him up.
I mean, I absolutely agree. Before Bump and I discuss and react, Curtis, would you remind us of some of the lingering rookie things we need to know?
Well, if Cade Anderson wins Rookie of the Year, the Mariners would get some compensatory picks in the 2028 draft because 2027 would be Cade Anderson's rookie season. So there is lots of incentive to keep his rookie eligibility for next season, which is kind of in doubt because we've heard from everybody that there could be a lot of labor unrest this offseason between the Mariners, between MLB and the Players Association. So that is a big reason why we potentially have not seen Cade Anderson to this point. But I believe if he does make his debut now to any point at the end of the season, he will still have that rookie eligibility intact for next year.
Then why would you not?
Well, then it becomes a club control
question
thing.
for both you and Bump.
It becomes could you get an extra year of club control with him if you keep him down by a certain date? Kind of like how Logan Gilbert, even though this is Logan Gilbert's technically 6th season in the bigs, you would then have another year of club control for him because he did not reach a full season of club control his rookie year.
So does the Mariners not having called Cade up kind of speak to like maybe the front office doesn't have a ton of belief in the squad? That's a real question.
Curtis.
It's a fair question. I think that, there is a risk in bringing him up that if you don't have the full belief that this team can get to the playoffs, then it's kind of like, well, you're more incentivized to keep him down. But that, I think, sends a pretty bad message to the clubhouse that, like, we don't believe in you and you haven't done anything to make us believe in you. If he's still going to retain rookie eligibility for next year, if you call him up in this final month and a half, then I don't think there's a whole lot of people that would push back against it. Maybe like Emerson Hancock or Bryce Miller, somebody in that rotation, because we've heard from Dipoto time and time again that they will not be putting Anderson in the bullpen. He's going to be brought up as a starting pitcher.
What do you think, Bump?
Control is everything, right? Especially with a guy like Kay, but I also think that it's important. What do you say? We were talking to Nas before this. They're 2.5 games out of a wild card, 4 behind for the division. You have to show your guys that you're willing to compete, because I think this team is capable, right? I think they're capable of going on a run and making things all right. I think they're also capable of sneaking into the playoffs and getting hot and just going, especially with the way that the arms have been. The bullpen look a bit better. Munoz bounced back from that horrible situation a few days ago. No, I think if I'm management, I'm doing everything I can to make a run and try to win this thing.
I'm going to be honest. If I'm management, if I'm Jerry Dipoto, if I'm Justin, I'm also feeling pressure to get to the playoffs.
Right.
I'm not thinking, I don't know if they're going to make it, so maybe I hold off and I think about the future. I'm thinking, ooh, we got a little over a decade here and I have 2 appearances. Mm-hmm. I better add another. I better save my behind and get this team to the playoffs in whatever way I can. And if that means really good messaging by calling up Cade and getting an extra arm and maybe fortifying the bullpen with someone from the starting rotation, even if they won't love it, if they know that it's to be a playoff team, I would hope that you've curated a good enough culture that players can understand.
Don't you want to win? That's what I tell my guys. Don't you want to win? Right? Well, we got to do everything that we can to help this team get a boost and reach our goals, because we've fallen short so far, but you're still in the game, which is the crazy part. So, yes, if I am one of the leaders on this team, or if I'm management, I'm talking to the leaders and saying, look, we're going to make a push. We're going to do everything we can to make sure you guys are ready to go. And even that type of communication, it trickles down. Then it gets to the clubhouse.
Yes.
They feel energized. That communication is important. And I hope that management does come downstairs and talk to these guys that way and talk to Dan that way and make sure everyone's on the same page with this mission.
Also, if let's say that you're once again thinking like, maybe we don't want to call up Cade and then move Emerson Hancock to the pen, because what if we want to trade Hancock in the winter and then he's less valuable? Once again, you are looking ahead. Once again, you are thinking like a front office would think, which is fine. But sometimes you got to think about how a fan would think, how a player would feel, and you have to get after it. You have to be aggressive. You have to want it. I think the best front offices do. You got to do that too. And so far, the only excuses I can think of have everything to do with planning for the future and nothing to do with believing in this team right now. And that would bother me if I was a player. A little more here. Also from Jeff, let's go to cut 20. He talked about the Colt Emerson situation.
No, I appreciate the fact that he was trying to grit it out and that he didn't say anything and that this is a gamer. But I do wonder what's the trust like between players and organization. And was this just an isolated incident where Colt Emerson was being young and stupid? Because it's objectively dumb to not inform the team when you're hurt. You're missing out on treatment opportunities. If you lose your job, you lose your job. You're going to get it back at some point. But there's a feeling of desperation when you're in the kind of slump that Colt Emerson was.
You and I ended up kind of disagreeing on this one because you saw it as like, well, tell me your view of it.
Listening to passing, is it the smartest thing to do to not tell the training staff that you are injured? 100% agree. But being an athlete, being a guy who has had an opportunity. Now, I was no Emerson, but I got my call up because Nate Burleson got hurt. I'll never forget. I'm in Pullman at the time. Undrafted guys didn't travel at that time. I'm in Pullman. I see Nate go down with a knee injury against Buffalo. I'm like, oh, he tore his stuff. Like, I'm up next week. So I get the call up. They bring in guys to try to compete with me. I beat them out. And I got an opportunity. I was active for like 6 or 7 weeks, right? If I felt anything during that time, I'm saying nothing because this is my opportunity to try to make this team. Colt's a bit different. He's got paid. Sure. He's going to be on the team, but he still has that hungry mentality, which I can respect. Was it the smartest thing to do? No. Do I understand why he did it? Absolutely.
I want to get to a bit about offensive philosophy. So they asked Jeff about this column that came out. We talked about it yesterday from Adam Jude, talking about how, hey, here's what the old offensive philosophy was, which was like sell out for the home run. The new offensive philosophy is a little more old school, driven by Kevin Seitzer and Edgar Martinez, which is try to hit a line drive to center. And these are not necessarily opposing, but different. And do they complement the roster and the personnel? Big questions. So I'm going to go to 2 cuts here. We're going to start with 22. Here's what Jeff said about whether the Mariners need to change their philosophies or personnel to get more aligned.
I don't think you necessarily need to say that this isn't working, so let's do the opposite. That being said, Josh Naylor is under contract for another 4 years. Cole Young is under contract just because he's not going to be a free agent yet for, I think, probably another 5 years. Colt Emerson, another 7 years. Julio Rodriguez, yeah. God, I don't even know at this point. Cal Raleigh, there are a lot of guys there. So to me, it's hard to turn over this team, and I'm not sure you want to.
So you better change that philosophy. You better change the approach. And a lot of these guys Cal has a full no trade clause.
Yeah.
You're not moving on from Cal. Julio's got I'm pretty sure, no trade clause. Like, these guys have no trade clauses. Mm-hmm. They're part of your core. So let's talk about the thing you actually can change, which is your approach, the way you're teaching it. And we're going to go to cut 24. Jeff talking a little bit more about that.
When you're trying to actively pull the ball, you can fall into bad habits of doing. And that's where I wonder if the Mariners are. If this idea that they have is correct, but the ability of the players that they have on their roster to go out and execute it properly does not align with it. And that's where you have to understand your personnel and allow your personnel to go and do what is best for them. And I don't know, I can't say definitively the Mariners are not doing that, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know for certain if they're trying a one-size-fits-all philosophy and saying that air pull is the most important thing, so everyone needs to do it, but hitters need different things.
Now, I do want to say, just for clarification, unless I misunderstood Adam's article, try to just pull the ball to the foul pole line is not the Edgar Kevin Seitzer philosophy. It's the one that predated them, but it's still the philosophy that these guys were using. And then now they have the Edgar, more classic. Not everything has to be a home run. Find your swing, focus on a good swing, everything. But that's also still not quite working. What's the danger in having a blanket approach?
You don't have every player is not the same, right? You look at a guy like, say, Taylor Ward, right? Contact guy. You look at a guy like Cal, right? Power guy. You got to have different like a blanket philosophy, but like different chapters, different sections for each guy. Right? This is who we want to be. This is where you fit in. This is where you fit in. This is where you fit in. Like in any sport, you have your foundation, but because a player is different, has different attributes, brings different things to the table, yeah, he falls under that umbrella, but now this is where you come in. Mm-hmm. And I think that's important. And who knows if they aren't doing that or aren't doing it. I would hope that a team, a professional ball club, would chop things up and make sure that they're teaching their philosophy in a certain way according to that player, what he brings to the table.
I'm just in reading the comments from Kevin Seitzer, it sounded like I could hear this with any organization. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, don't focus just on selling out for a home run. You want to look for your pitch, stay on it, make quality swings. Like, this sounds like something like almost like coach speak that you would hear from any club. Mm-hmm. I just don't get why it's not working.
Yeah.
I don't get, I would imagine they don't have a super unique philosophy. There's something else here, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't figure it out for the life of me. Let's get to 4-down territory.
This is 4-down territory, going inside the game. What former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
First down, Bump. What's the equivalent to Sam Darnold when you look at college football?
Yeah, I was looking at the rankings. You got, OSU at 1, Oregon at 2, Georgia at 3, Notre Dame 4. But I was looking at a program that is still being doubted, even though they've had success the last 2 years.
Ooh.
First year, they went to the college football playoff. Second year, they won the national championship, and people are still doubting them. Sam Darnold is Indiana. That's what he is. Sam Darnold put together 2 good years. You get to the playoffs 1 year, you win the Super Bowl the next year, and yet people are still doubting you and what you're capable of doing. I think that Indiana has a heck of alumni, especially with Mark Cuban over there feeding them, pumping them money. You have probably the best head coach in the game right now. Everything says that Indiana should be in the mix. You got Sam Darnold, Super Bowl winning quarterback, has the best receiver in the game, has a great defense that's going to back him up. Mike McDonald with leadership. Everything says that he should be in the mix, yet he's the reason why people are doubting. So I was just watching SportsCenter or Get Up this morning. They're talking about Indiana. I go, man, that's Sam Darnold all the way. You've done everything that you're supposed to do, yet people are still doubting you. Indiana, Sam Darnold.
I love this comp so much because it highlights this thing we do in sports in general, which is we love an underdog story. We love a good story, but we don't actually believe in it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're just waiting for them to fail. Like, you hope they win, but you're waiting for them to fail.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And we also don't change our minds.
Mm-hmm.
We don't change our minds. And I think that we tend to you go with the safe bet. Does Ohio State have more talent in theory, like 5-star guys, 4-star guys than Indiana? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Do they have a lengthier history of winning than Indiana? Absolutely. But we just have a really hard time making that adjustment. Because I would promise you, if you went to 100 people on the street, which school do you like more? Which school are you rooting for? How many of them, unless they're alum, are saying Ohio State? Not a lot, because they win all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that question. Second down. New episode of Hard Knocks tonight on HBO at 6 p.m. What do you hope we see?
I think this is the first episode we finally see the bubble guys, right? Because you have a game under your belt now, and guys are going to be evaluated. We're going to look at that offense and how the offensive line struggled, and how Montori dropped a football. Jalen Milroe wasn't as accurate as people wanted him to be, even though yesterday I pointed out, that O-line play was horrible, and I don't fault any decision that Jalen Milroe made. I would ask him to run a bit more. But I think now it's time you start to highlight the bubble guys, man. Guys who are hanging on by a thread and who need to look really good against the Tennessee Titans, who need to look good in that joint practice. Mm-hmm. This is where you start learning about guys that you might not have a name for.
Would you make a big Ray yesterday saying the joint practice did so much more than a preseason game?
Yeah. In these days, he said in his day, it was just chaos. He'd just be beating people up and they get nothing done.
I wanted to ask him about that fight in the weight room. What do you mean you got into a fight in the weight room?
Which I believe 100%. Big Ray don't play. But no, it is. It's more beneficial because it's a controlled chaos. You have your ones in there getting at other ones. And for the most part, guys are going to take care of each other as far as the Titans and the Seahawks, but there are going to be some scuffles. Someone's going to hit somebody too hard, but you get to see what your elite talent looks like against number one talent over there. The joint practices, I think, are way more beneficial for the ones and the twos. You need the preseasons for the twos and threes.
Third down. How do players like Keenan Allen, just got a new deal, play for so long?
He's with the Colts. And he low-key had a good season. 81 catches, I think it was? Or 71 catches.
I simply don't have the answer.
Like 700 yards, 4 touchdowns. And the reason why is because he's never been the most physically talented wideout. He's never been the fastest, the strongest, the quickest. But because he hasn't been that, he's crafty. He understands the game on a different level. It's like when you ask the best players at anything to coach, it's going to be hard for them to do that because they can just do things that other people can't. With Keenan Allen, obviously, I think he was a first-round pick. But even at Cal, he was never the biggest, the fastest, strongest. He just understands the little nuances of the game and spacing and timing and where to sit down and catch the football. So I love seeing guys like Keenan Allen and Mike Evans still be a threat because they just know the game on a different level. Some guys are just fast, and they're going to run by you. Like Tyreek Hill, when he loses his speed, I wonder what his game is going to look like because he's always just been able to not be a technician and run by you. So that's why Keenan Allen hangs around for another, 1 or 2 years because he's just he's a technician.
I feel like that reminds me of like the pretty privilege kind of conversation where it's like Keenan Allen, he had to have a personality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He had to be funny and be nice to people.
Yeah.
This isn't actually about their looks, but Tyreek Hill, he just had to be beautiful.
Yeah.
That's it. He did. You know what I mean? Like beautiful. I'm not saying beautiful people can never have personalities. I mean, look at me. I'm hilarious. But you get what I'm saying. You guys get what I'm saying. Where
Curtis, you know what we say right here? Stacy, you are beautiful.
Stop it.
Okay.
No, you guys. No, but you guys agree with me,
fishing
right?
for compliments.
No, because I'm going to be 100% for real right now, and this is really unfair. But if you see someone that is drop dead gorgeous, you are going to assume they are not as funny or have as much of a personality, and it's really unfair. But also, I think that you kind of have to when you're ugly or you don't fit in. I'm just saying. Am I wrong?
You're not
wrong,
but dang.
You can't be a jerk if you're ugly.
You can. I've met ugly jerks.
I've definitely met and seen. There are ugly jerks that you see all the time, but I'm just saying.
Hey.
You really, the onus is on you to be funny.
I meet an
if you're
ugly jerk. Lower your tone. That's all I'm saying. Lower your tone.
Sure, and I'm just saying that Keenan Allen had to learn to be funny. He had to be self-deprecating. You get what I'm saying, right?
I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying.
Yeah, somebody who's not very attractive right now, you just hurt their feelings.
Well, they know it's not news to them.
Don't be a jerk.
4th down. Who's a new Seahawk you're excited to watch?
All right, so the Hawks just signed Anthony Hankerson. It's been 2 years at Colorado. I called a couple of games for him at Oregon State. And I really like him. Like last 2 years, went for over 1,000 yards, had 15 touchdowns in 2024, had 9 in 2025. This was a guy who can go. He can go, man. And we know that running back room needs to see as many bodies as they can, right? Jadarian Price isn't healthy yet. We'll see when he finally gets out there. But I really like this signing. Local kid in the sense that he was at Oregon State. I loved him when he was at Oregon State. Let's see what he can do in the league.
Someone said the worst person is actually who thinks they're a 10, but they're a 4.
Yeah, that person. Yeah, that person too. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can be a mean person no matter what. You know, like when you see someone you think they're attractive, but then they end up being mean or rude or whatever, and you're like, you're physically, you became uglier.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You look different now.
You look different.
Yeah, but so it's bad no matter what, but the text line gets what I'm saying.
Hey, Stacey, Stacey, if y'all ugly, you better be funny.
That's not what I said. And I feel like I can talk. I really do. I was an incredibly ugly child. I looked like Weird Al. And like, I feel like when you are an ugly kid, you have a different life. You really
definitely do.
You have to be nicer. You got to be funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's a reality
I
to
feel
that.
you. I was a weird looking one as well, so I got you.
And look at you now. You're hilarious. And still I rise. One superstar might be having an even worse season than Cal Raleigh. That's next.
If you're subscribed to Seattle Sports on YouTube, then you saw Brock Hewer's latest digital exclusive first.
The news that Terion Arnold's going to be a Seahawk. Why I like this deal. Culture. Way too many alphas in this locker room, number one. Number two, if you're not on board, if you don't act right, you won't be a Seahawk. He's got great size. He's got tremendous strength. He's got awesome agility. And there's no better incubator to grow this guy. This will be his maybe last best shot in the NFL.
Find out first. Subscribe to Seattle Sports on YouTube now.
Are you squeezing every last bit out of your summer? Looking for a fun add to your itinerary? I have the perfect trip, and it's already planned for you at Silver Reef Casino Resort. Make a whole weekend out of it. Here's what you need to do. You head up Friday and treat yourself to a delicious dinner at the steakhouse. On your way to dinner, become a free member of Reef Rewards, allowing you discounts on gas, dining, hotel, and spa. Saturday morning, get yourself a tea time at Loomis Trail. Make sure you get there early, check out the range, and walk the historic clubhouse. It is beautiful. After your round, enjoy a Saturday night dinner at the Cantina or the Red River Cafe before live entertainment. Sundays for the spa. Relax and recharge with a massage or treatment to work out those knots and kinks and just unwind. Before you head home, plan your next weekend at Silver Reef, maybe for Crazy Train, Howie Mandel, or Guns for Roses. All you got to do, take the I-5, exit 260, silverreefcasino.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John always listens to his truck. So when his brakes start talking, he goes to AutoZone, where a helpful AutoZoner gets him the right parts. If John has time to put them in, he borrows a kit with Loan-A-Tool. And if he doesn't, he gets a free shop referral. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool. Restrictions apply.
T-Mobile is launching something no other wireless network offers. Introducing Nothing. Pay nothing today and walk out of the store with a new phone.
What did he say?
Nothing.
You definitely said something about nothing.
Exactly. Go to T-Mobile, pay nothing up front, and leave with a new phone.
Wait, nothing rules.
She gets it.
Hey, thanks for nothing.
For the first time ever, switch to T-Mobile, pay nothing. No taxes, no fees, no money down. And walk out with a new phone. There are 250 reasons to choose T-Mobile, and now nothing is holding you back.
On eligible devices with qualifying credit plan and 36-month finance agreement.
So I've got this right. Flat repairs or replacement if needed. Rotations and rebalancing every 5,000 miles, all included with the tire purchase. With paid installation and tax? That's the...
Don't make me say it.
I was going to say it.
You don't say it. You back it up. That's the limited lifetime tire guarantee. Free with every tire purchase.
So they're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down.
Midas, the best around.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off Duration, Superdeck, and Woodscapes products August 14th through the 24th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Need a lift? At Levitt Machinery, we take a different approach to help you lift more and worry less. We take the time to learn how you work. Then we match your business with equipment that solves your unique challenges. From forklifts and telehandlers to track loaders and excavators, we make sure you get the right equipment at the right cost. Because when your equipment does its job, you can focus on yours. Talk to Levitt Machinery today. Stack it, reach it, lift it, Levitt.
Football, baby! Nobody gets you closer to the action at Seahawks training camp than the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-346-2476. 800-346-2476. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-346-2476.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. 5 stars every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service will take it from there. Again, pound 250 micro. And yes, I told you so.
This is The Timeline
with Bump and Stacy.
Brought to you by 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
Starting off the timeline in LA, where one superstar might be having an even worse season than Cal Raleigh. Dodgers outfielder Kyle Tucker signed a massive deal with the Dodgers, and for just a minute there, not too long ago, he had a stretch where he looked like he'd maybe figured it out, about a 2-week stretch. But then he was back to his slump. The one he's in right now, an 0 for 25 slump. He's been botching routine fly balls in right field lately, including cut 13 one Monday night at home, and he got a round of booze sent his way.
In the air to right field, Kyle Tucker going back on it. Still going. Couldn't catch it.
Jake Bowers.
We're getting the reaction you would expect from the fans here.
Yeah, you sign a 4-year, $240 million deal, they're going to want a little bit more. In addition to those woes, he has the worst home road splits of any hitter in baseball. Say that about Cal. He's been bad on the road and at home, so he's consistent. Shout out to our Mariners. He's hitting just 189 at Dodger Stadium. Cut 14. This is Dodgers manager Dave Roberts.
You know, I don't know if I don't think he even realized it until recently when I think people brought it to light. The splits are stark, home road. I don't think we have a reason behind it. But, but I wouldn't say fixate on it, but it's certainly, now he's conscious of it though, yeah.
Bump, to me, we've talked about it endlessly with Cal, which is why the Kyle Tucker conversation is fascinating to me too. The mental grind of sports in general, but especially when you are in an extended slump and you're facing pressure and you have people angry with you and you're angry at yourself. I've never experienced it, obviously, but it's fascinating to me because it's so hard to dig yourself out of. And you can see, I mean, there was a shot of Kyle Tucker, it looked like he was crying in the dugout out of frustration.
Yeah. I mean, he's had so much success, and you get this big contract and there are high expectations. You're looking at your lineup, and you see other dudes balling, even though the Dodgers did lose like 7 in a row, something like that. I think they bounced back, 11-5, I think they won last night.
And they lost again.
They lost last night?
No, they didn't lose last night. They won. They won. This happened. Right? There was like a 10-0 or 10-1 at this point when he did that.
But, you put that pressure on yourself. You want to live up to expectations. You want to perform. And when you are a part of a potential dynasty, you're going for the 3-peat.
Right.
It's a lot. So that pressure, man, that booty tight right now. That booty tight.
During last night's Dodgers telecast in Cut 15, TV analyst Eric Caro said Tucker maybe needs to be pulled to get his head right.
Like, I honestly think the best thing right now is a reset. And I don't care. This organization has done it in the past. And I've seen it. It's Cody Bellinger. Chris Taylor. Look, you've got a month and a half, and you've tried things here. And like I said, I think you need a reset. I think you need to, go to Arizona, start working on some things, change some things, kind of
like out of the game situation.
Out of the game. Like this is just not. It's not ideal, and it's not working.
It's worth wondering. And here's what's different between.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yo. My man didn't say just take a seat. He said go to Arizona.
Yes.
He
said you need to redo spring training.
Complete
you need to go
reset.
figure it out.
Dang.
I'll say this. I'm going to ask you if you agree, but I do want to say the comps to make between the clear slump that Cal's been in this year it's hard not to do. The difference being Cal's a catcher.
Yeah. Still ways to contribute.
Sorry, you know what I mean? Like
level.
you have to contribute. Okay, so what, you make Pareto your everyday catcher who hasn't been that ever in his career for any team, and then who's your backup? You know what I mean? Like And Cal doesn't have an option, so you can't send him. The Mariners are in a really weird spot with Cal, and it's one that Cal, you have no choice but to dig yourself out of. The Dodgers aren't in that same spot with Kyle Tucker. They have different options here. What would you do?
I would hit a reset. I wouldn't send him to Arizona, though. Like, be around the team still, right? Like,
you could be in LA.
You could just put on a quarter zip and a hat and just kick it for a little bit, and we'll figure it out. But I wouldn't send them away from the team.
I would imagine that makes it worse.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
I think maybe a day or two off. Slumps break eventually.
They do. And
they do. Look,
he has too much of a track record to not get out of this thing.
Well, and again, I think Ryan was talking about this with Cal. He was like, once you kind of start hitting, sometimes what you need is just to see it for yourself. Mm-hmm. And for some guys, there are physical things. I think Cal's still dealing with an oblique. I don't think that's going to change. I don't think it's getting healthier, and I think he'll have to recover in the offseason. But I don't think that's all that's going on right now. I think there is a kind of mental thing that the swing's off, and there's some mechanical stuff and timing issues. And, like, I think you just need to feel like you got a couple good swings and a couple hits, and then all of a sudden it just happens for you. Yeah. And you start getting into the swing of things again. You just got to get over that hump and do it. And so sending a guy down also doesn't give him that opportunity.
Don't send him to Arizona. Send him to the Omni for a night or something. You don't send that man to Arizona.
Omni. Speaking of LA drama, the Buss family is attempting to sell off their remaining 17% stake in the Lakers, but Jeannie Buss wants no part of it. Cut 16, ESPN's Ramona Shelburne.
In the initial sale to Mark Walter, the tag-along provision, the other family members had a right to tag along to any sale if Mark Walter were to sell his shares at the same valuation that Mark Walter got. So that's the $12.5 billion. And so you have two different legal statutes here. The tag-along provision as part of the sale to Mark Walter, but the 2017 court ruling amongst the trustees that said no sale can go through without Jeannie Buss's approval. And right now, she is not approving or selling.
So that's complicated. The Buss family's had a stake in the Lakers every year since 1979.
Not having the Buss family, potentially not having the Buss family affiliated with the Lakers just feels wrong. And I think Jeannie understands that. Of all the siblings, Jeannie is the most Laker out of all y'all. And Jeannie said, nah, I'm not giving up my powers. I still want to be a part of this. We just got Luka. Like, what the heck are you doing? Mm-hmm. We changed ownership already. If I'm Luka, I'm looking at, dang, I switched ownership in Dallas, and I'm coming over here, and they switch ownership twice in a year. Like, what's going on? You need some type of stability. Jeannie Buss is that. I'm with her.
A weird situation with Diamondback star Ketel Marte in our next story here. This is Arizona's East Coast road trip. Marte no-showed in Arizona's game at Fenway Park Monday night and didn't give his team a heads up at all. The team did not know what was happening. They knew that he was physically okay. I guess they eventually found that out, but he just straight up didn't show. Cut 17, here's D-backs manager Torey Lovullo.
All I know is that he's dealing with a personal issue. We're trying to figure that out, and he didn't show up today, and he was put on the restricted list. That's as much as I know right now. I'm sure in time we'll start to uncover and unravel some information, but I knew that there was something going on today when I met with you guys, but I still believed he was going to be here, and he just didn't show up.
Did you have communication with him?
Very little this morning, this afternoon, and I just was doing my best to reach out to him, and there's very little coming back.
He's here though in Boston. Is he here?
I believe so. I'm not sure.
Former Diamondbacks pitcher Archie Bradley was on Arizona Sports, our sister station, earlier today, and he said, for me, it's deeper than missing a game. We talked about the Marte drama the last couple years. I know this guy. I know his heart. I know the player he is. He does not show up for a game unless something serious is going on. Meanwhile, Bob Nightingale was in hot water for tweeting out, and I'm paraphrasing, hey, I think the Red Sox are kind of figuring out, like, why maybe they didn't want to sign Marte. He's just no-shows. And he's in hot water now because Bump people are saying, like, how dare you call this, kind of make assumptions or say something about this player not showing up. What if it's something clearly very serious?
It could be serious, and you got to leave space for that. But that's also your employer. They're giving you a lot of money. Just a simple text. I ain't feeling good today. Skip. going to stay at the hotel. Something.
Yeah, I'm 100% on board with you. We were actually talking about it earlier, which is why I wanted to jump to this story. I think you can leave room. We always see things as like definitive, like you must be making a statement right now. In saying, hey, it's the responsibility of Ketel Marte, unless it is a like a mental or physical, you are not in your right state of mind or you are physically hurt and can't contact. It's your responsibility as an adult to just reach out, even if it's to a teammate. Hey, I can't come in today. I can't do this right now. Like just to reach out at all. And I don't get why people are excusing that. Saying that is not saying that whatever Ketel is dealing with isn't serious or whatever. We don't know what he's dealing with. It's just saying, hey, I feel like it is a fair expectation that a player reach out. And I think it is.
It's fair.
Completely fair.
Go through your agent, too, if there's really something going on.
Someone. Let's go around the diamond. The Mariners start a 3-game series against the NL Central leading Brewers. Pregame starts at 3:30 p.m. First pitch at 4:40 p.m. on Seattle Sports. That's Around the Diamond, brought to you by Klein Jewelers Edmonds. Hype Train coming your way next.
Outside of quarterback, for real, we got the hardest position on the field, man.
The big-time players.
They can't beat us throwing the ball.
Make big-time plays.
Ball picked up. Witherspoon comes near side.
And a big-time Seahawk.
Witherspoon, 97 yards.
Is locked in for the long haul.
Spoon and the soul of our defense. Spoon is the heart of it.
Spoon's extension. And what's next for the Hawks. All at SeattleSports.com. And the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
Let's go.
Holy smokes, I can see. Hey, everybody, it's Rick Rizzs, and I just had refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision, and it's amazing. K2 Vision RLE means no more readers or glasses for me. Plus, I'll never get a cataract. Now, when I call a game, you won't see those readers dangling from the end of my nose to see the field and then my notes. I only wish I had done it sooner. It's like seeing a whole new ball game. K2 Vision RLE was quick and painless, over in just minutes, and I knew I was in great hands. The K2 Vision RLE team has done over 150,000 lens procedures. You can trust their stuff. K2 Vision RLE is my permanent solution to a lifetime of great vision. It could be yours too. Enjoy life's good years without readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts. Get your free Zoom consult now at K2VisionRLE.com. Then you can make the same call I did. Goodbye, glasses. K2VisionRLE.com.
We can't tell you what our best deal is until we know what you need, but we can promise this. At Lee Johnson, we'll work hard to find it.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Man, how cool has it been to have a behind-the-scenes view into not only the main storylines during training camp, but what truly makes these guys tick? It's Mike Salk here, and that constant strive for improvement, right? What can you get better at each day? If that's inspiring to you at all, and if you want to become the best version of yourself, Eastside Weight Loss Clinic can help. They've helped more than 4,000 people locally lose significant weight and become a healthier, happier version of themselves. Heck, I lost 35 pounds in 8 weeks, and that could be you by this fall. Here's the best part. You get to enjoy delicious food that you love. The program teaches you lifelong habits so you can keep the weight off, and there's no monthly fees, no pills, no injections, and it's all real food that you buy at the grocery store. All it takes to get started is a free 15-minute phone call. Find out if it's right for you. You can schedule yours at EastsideWeightLossClinic.com and take that call when you're in the car, commuting to work, or running errands. The only thing you have to lose is the weight itself. Go to EastsideWeightLossClinic.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Listen every morning to Brock and Salk for Need to Know, powered by Marquee Data. Marquee IQ brings all your data together into one clear view. Stop running your business on highlights. Get the full picture. Visit datathatwins.com to learn more.
If it's blocking your view, keeping your yard dark or shaded, or impossible to mow around, get rid of that tree or stump this summer with P&D Tree Service. They'll do it safely and quickly. cleaning up your yard in the process. P&D Tree turns multi-day jobs into a few hours, saving you time and money. One tree or land clearing, they have the tools and expertise for the job. They specialize in large tree removal. Ever seen a tree removed by crane? PndTreeservice.com.
Compassion, communication, results. That's Pendergast Law Personal Injury Lawyers. Go to PendergastLaw.com. That's PendergastLaw.com.
Hey, Chuck here at Frank Lumber the Door Store in Marysville. We are back and open here Tuesday through Saturdays. If you're looking for doors, you need to come and see us. We have an incredible selection of doors to choose from, and currently you can take advantage of our quick turnaround time for pre-hungs and matchups. Please visit us here in Marysville at 1046 Cedar Avenue or Monday through Friday in Shoreline on 15th Avenue Northeast. And as always, don't forget to check us out online at franklumber.com.
August is always a time of excitement because football is back. But anyone that watches practice or preseason games knows how much work needs to be done before the season starts. If you're feeling the same about your home project, Harley Exteriors wants to help you get a head start on making sure your home is ready for fall football nights. $500 off each window, $750 off patio and entry doors, and $200 off your final project. Spend a few minutes with the folks at Harley Exteriors during your free estimate, and you'll realize you have a lot in common. They love our local teams, they're good at what they do, and they'll take care of your home. Use Harley Exteriors to complete your home project this month and receive 12 or 18-month promotional financing.
Qualified buyers only. Subject to credit approval and lender terms. Minimum purchase of 4 qualifying windows required. Windows must be 36 by 36 inches or larger. No size minimum on patio or entry doors. Financing subject to approved credit. Offers cannot be combined with other promotions. Offer expires August 31st, 2026.
HarleyExteriors.com.
Mike Rowe here with a fun fact. Did you know that 50% of the air that you breathe inside your home comes from your crawl space? Yeah. Whether your crawl space is wet, musty, or your floors are bouncy, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to repair your crawl space. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Coming up in less than 15 minutes, we're live from Seahawks training camp, our last time out here, and we're going to get a chance to talk about the new offense and the offensive line with guard Anthony Bradford, who's set to join us right now. Let's head to the station for Hype Train. First one in, the Mariners open up a series against the Brewers today. First pitch is at 4:40 p.m. Bryce Miller on the mound. Pregame show starts at 3:30 on Seattle Sports. You'd love for the Mariners to take 2 or 3, but if I need to remind you guys, the Brewers have the best record in baseball. They're number 2 in the power rankings right now from ESPN, just behind the Dodgers, even though they took 3 or 4 from LA. The Mariners will win their series against the Brewers. This is on the road. You won't have Jacob Mizorowski. Bump.
Score up. Throw them hands. Let's get it. If you can get this win, the series win, that just puts you in a different place mentally and spiritually, and I'm here for that. I'm all for mental growth and spiritual growth, and that's what's going to happen because the boys are coming home with a series win against the best team in the game right now. Let's get it.
The Mariners win their series against the Brewers. Bump is boarding the train. He's believing, and he says not only that, but this would actually do a lot for you, so it would be pretty great. Curtis.
The Mariners are going to win this series, not for you, not for me, but for the 1969 Seattle Pilots who moved to Milwaukee.
Let's go.
They got to do it. There's something bigger than just a series win at this point.
Exactly.
It's history on the line. Yeah, we're boarding this train. I think the Mariners gained some momentum from that Houston series. And yes, this Brewers team is really good, but look, I'm feeling a little bit better about this Mariners team now. Jake Bowers is the Brewers' leading home run hitter right now. Well, we all remember him.
Home runs.
Yeah, exactly. So
they do score a lot of runs,
sure,
just not via the home run.
Yeah.
I think they do, and I would not have said that 2 weeks ago or maybe even a week ago. They have won 3 of their last 4, and quietly, despite losing 2 in the Bronx, the offense is looking a little bit, minus Cal, is looking kind of like the offense we were hoping it would. Brendan Donovan a healthy Brendan Donovan in leadoff, that's a game changer.
Yeah.
Randy Arozarena, still one of the hottest hitters in baseball. It's going to be incredibly difficult. Do I feel incredibly optimistic? Am I betting money on it? No, I also don't gamble. But I think that this is more possible than people are giving Seattle credit for.
Yeah.
Don't write them off yet.
Come on.
Next up. New episode of Hard Knocks tonight at 6 p.m. on HBO. We will hear the voice of a Seattle sports personality.
I think you might.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're boarding.
So are you confidently boarding? Yes.
I'm boarding. I think you might.
Who do you think it'll be?
Yeah, you just can't see a thing.
Might be your boy.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah. Might be your boy.
Why do you feel confident about that? What do you know?
I said you might. I said I was confident. I'm on because I want it to happen, but no, I think you might.
What's the Monsters Inc. cover where the little eyeball man is
Mike Wazowski?
I'm Mike Wazowski, and Bump is Sully when it comes to like attention that we get if we're on TV or if we do anything, where he's just kind of like, have you seen this cover?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope that I'm in it and they only have audio of Bump. And they have me cut off by like a tree or another player. Curtis, we hear the voice of a Seattle sports personality on tonight's Hard Knocks. Bump is boarding. He thinks it could even be him. Are you boarding? I'm
going to board this train, and I think there are going to be two opportunities for it. Give me my horn. There we go. I think there's going to be two opportunities. Bump, yes. I think that is a very real possibility. The other one, Dave Wyman. You know why? Because those two were on play-by-play during the preseason opener.
Of course.
So I think there's going to be some NFL Films, style montages, pads clacking each other. Bump, did you get a call the punt return? The 53-yarder or whatever?
No, I didn't.
No.
That was Ray. But my biggest call was Milroe's big run.
Okay.
So I'm thinking if I
be
do it, it'll be that.
Yeah.
So
that's a good call.
I think there's two opportunities to hear some voices, which I think is even more of a cameo than just seeing yourself in the background of a shot. So
is it?
Barely.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, I actually, you guys have convinced me. I think that's how it's going to happen. Boarding this one. Everyone aboard this train. Next up, we're sticking with the Seahawks. There's news from Mike Garafolo and Ian Rappaport that the Seahawks are still signing Terion Arnold, but they're working through the timing and, quote, it will take a while. Terion Arnold will, in the meantime, be placed on the NFL's commissioner exempt list. This is your hype train. Terion Arnold suits up for the Seahawks in 2026.
Yeah, I'm on that. I think it's going to happen. I think they're going to be patient. I think they're going to get him at the perfect time. You're going to be halfway or maybe close to halfway through the season. Guys get banged up. You need a body, a jolt of energy. He's going to do it.
Curtis, Terion Arnold suits up for the Seahawks in 2026. Bump is boarding. Are you?
I'll board. I think that this legal situation will be resolved within the season, but he's got an arraignment in October, so you can already kind of cross out the first month of the season. I think, what is it, October?
It's 5th, I think.
5th, yeah. So that's the first 3 weeks of the season. I believe the 9th, the 20th, and the 27th are the Seahawks' first 3 games, so you're not going to be seeing him then. I think potentially maybe November is when you could see him. So, I mean, look, it might even be around the trade deadline that you get Arnold at some point this season. But
will John Schneider say the best player we acquired is one we already have?
I know Jerry DiPoto would say that.
Let's go. So you're boarding this
I'll board this train. We do see him in a Seahawks uniform in 2026.
I'm boarding this train as well. I think with the Seahawks, there's no way that any of this is news to them. They knew he'd be going on the exempt list. They knew that he had this other hearing coming up October 5th, and I'm sure assumed that if he wasn't serving a suspension, he would at the very least miss until then. I think what they did is they basically are paying for the right to have him should all of this clear up for him.
Yep.
I mean, it's a cheap deal. It's a 1-year deal, and it's just saying, like, hey, if this ends up working out and you can return to football, we own your contract.
We got
and
you.
we'd like for you to add some depth for us.
Never mind. I forgot to turn my mic off.
Oh, I thought you were going to have some.
That's just me thinking out loud.
Your voice.
That's my breaking news sound, too.
You had breaking news voice. You go, you do this.
Guys.
You guys want to hear some breaking news? You say that every time.
Sorry to send a chill down everybody's spine.
I did. My heart's racing right now. And that was the when it's something that's maybe kind of fun, like Kate Anderson's coming up.
Guys, you're not gonna believe this. We've got Anthony Bradford in the 12 o'clock hour.
Anthony Bradford is joining us in the 12 o'clock hour, and Headline Rewrites is coming your way next.
Isn't it great to be back in pads playing football? Little Seahawks style.
The work continues for the defending champs.
Creating this vision of who we want to become all the time.
With the first preseason game in the books. What are the biggest questions? The players to keep an eye on. Roster battles to watch.
Hey, we got to turn it up, dude.
Stay connected to all things training camp on Seattle Sports, the home of the Seahawks.
The way you met, the moment you knew, the future you're dreaming about together. At Klein Jewelers, we believe your engagement ring should be just as unique as the journey that brought you here. That's why we specialize in custom designed engagement rings, crafted to reflect your style, your story, and the life you're building together. Our experienced team will guide you every step of the way, because when you're creating a symbol of forever, every detail matters. Klein Jewelers by the Fountain in downtown Edmonds. Your jeweler for life.
Ooh, that face. Quantum fiber internet loves that face.
That's Jamila.
Gauge Jamila.
She's thinking outside the box from inside the box.
Quantum fiber Wi-Fi keeps your meeting game strong. From the back door to the front lawn.
Rushing all of the video calls. Back to back to back video calls.
Quantum fiber internet blowing the soxies up all those people in all those boxes. Yay to you.
Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Additional pods may be needed to achieve Wi-Fi coverage in some locations. Limited availability. Service in select locations only.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Keep summer outside where it belongs. Save $588 on every window and $1,088 on every door, plus free heat deflecting glass. Claim your free quote today, plus 12 months no payments. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
Experience the thrill of the Kitsap Fair and Stampede, August 26th through the 30th. Celebrate local agricultural heritage and get up close with the community's agricultural roots through 4-H and FFA livestock exhibits, still life displays, and educational showcases that highlight the rich farming history of the Kitsap Peninsula. Kitsap Fair and Stampede runs August 26th through the 30th. Don't miss it. Get your tickets and info at kitsapfair.org. That's kitsapfair.org.
Nearly 1 in 4 people killed on the road in Washington weren't driving. Pedestrians on our roads are incredibly vulnerable, whether they're facing drunk, drugged, drowsy, or distracted drivers. Pedestrians are defenseless on our streets. That's why Davis Law Group fights for pedestrian accident victims and their loved ones after a crash. Davis Law Group delivers. So if you or a loved one have been injured, call Davis Law Group today at 206-888-8888 or visit davislawgroupseattle.com.
Guys, if your energy is down, your workouts feel harder, and your drive isn't what it used to be, it may not be aging. It could be low testosterone. At Revive Health here in Seattle, the first step is simple: a free testosterone exam and consultation with an experienced medical provider. We'll review your labs, symptoms, and overall health to determine if testosterone therapy could help improve your energy, strength, and performance. And for a limited time, qualified patients can get started with a free month of TRT. Revive has helped over 120,000 men since 2011 improve energy, sleep, mood, and confidence. If something feels off, don't ignore it. Get answers and take control of your health. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivehealth.com. Revive Health. Elevate your vibe. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact Revive for full details.
When your equipment is down, every minute counts. Levitt Machinery has the parts, technicians, and expertise to get you back up and running fast. Because if it's forked, we fix it. LevittMachinery.com. Need a lift? Stack it, reach it, lift it, Levitt. Looking for a new Mazda? Check out Mazda of Everett during the More to Move You sales event. As the West Coast's largest Mazda dealer, they have over 700 new Mazdas in stock and are known for always offering the Mazda of Everett price. Awarded Mazda's President's Award 13 years in a row and ranked among the top 20 Mazda dealers in the USA for customer service. Shop at 11409 Highway 99 in Everett or Mazdaofeverett.com. Dealer awards and rankings based on Mazda USA reporting and data.
Let's go!
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Some news on the Terion Arnold situation from NFL Network's Ian Rappaport and Mike Garafolo. The Seahawks are still signing Arnold, but Garafolo's understanding is that it will take, quote, a while before we actually see him in uniform for Seattle because he has to wait until his legal case plays out. Arnold is facing 8 felony charges, 4 for armed robbery, 4 for kidnapping, and has a hearing on October 5th in person in Tampa. In the meantime, Arnold will be placed on the commissioner's exempt list. That means he won't count against the 53-man roster and can be present at team meetings, but he is not eligible to practice or play.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. Seahawks guard Anthony Bradford set to join us in about 15 minutes right now. Let's get to headline rewrites.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Headline rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news.
Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services.
With Bump and Stacy.
Headline number 1, the Mariners finished their 9-game road trip with a huge 3-game series against the first-place Milwaukee Brewers. What's the real headline?
Nothing like facing the best team in baseball to help build on momentum. I'm bitter.
Small ball Brewers.
Bitter.
Get her done. Don't hit bombs, but they hit the ball often. Thankfully, you're not seeing the best pitcher in the game right now. He's not in the rotation. He's in the rotation, but you're just missing his turn.
Yeah.
This is a big opportunity. The last time I felt this way was against the Rangers when I felt like, all right, let's see if you can take on the division foe and get her done, and they disappointed. You took care of the Astros, dominated that series for the year. Now let's do it. Let's do it, man. It's going to be a big test. Like, don't get all nervous. All right, don't let the booty cheeks get tight. You just be free-flowing, relaxed, and play your game and give them your best shot and give these people something to believe in.
They're catching a break, the Mariners, and that they're avoiding Jacob Mizorowski, so that's good. Obviously, the Brewers are still the best team in baseball. I know the Dodgers are still number 1 in the power rankings, but the Brewers are playing like the best team in baseball. They took 3 of 4 from the Dodgers. They took 3 of 4 from one of the better offenses in the league in the Pirates. They were swept by the Padres, so there are teams that have struggled that have still gotten to the Brewers, but there aren't many of them. The one thing I'll say going in Seattle's not necessarily favor, but like if you want reason to go, well, this could be competitive, this, maybe I should be optimistic even, is that the Mariners offense has looked substantially better over the last several games. Is it a tiny sample size in baseball and you need significantly more? Yes. But, what was it, 35 hits in that series against Houston? They should have swept the Astros.
They should have. They should have won 2 against the Yankees. But
exactly.
Now,
have offense against the
Yankees. You can correct all your rights against these Brewers and go make a charge.
What's next?
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 2, during an interview with a German media outlet, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell says there's no doubt the NFL will one day have a team based permanently outside the U.S. What's the real headline?
Someone better tell the Jags.
Yeah, pack your bags, Jags.
I know they're getting a new stadium, but the joke is funny.
I wonder, what would you call an English team?
I don't even know.
The London Bridges? The London...
No, they'll be like a...
London Knights?
It'll be,
The London...
the Tottenham...
The fish and chips?
No.
The Blokes.
Oh, the Blokes isn't bad.
There's some cultural thing that we know nothing about that they're going to lean into.
I don't know exactly when this happens. It's not imminent. I don't get the logistics of how this works. Now, maybe if you have a smaller division or league in the UK where multiple teams are there, it makes sense. Otherwise, there's a massive disadvantage for the one team and those players that has to be abroad.
I think it's more of a disadvantage for the teams that have to play them, because I feel like they would fly out here for 2 to 3 weeks and just hang out for a bit, then fly home and get 2 or 3 home games at a time. I think it's the teams that are flying out there that it's going to be tough. But I'm here for it, man. But you know what? Start in Mexico. You know what I mean? Mexico's right there. Start in Canada. Canada's right there. But we haven't played any games in Canada. Have touched Mexico, Spain, Brazil. You got some options.
This is kind of one of those stories where, like, you know what I think is imminent that's going to happen like any year now? An 18th game. You know what I think is just something Roger Goodell's saying because the league would like for that to happen, but like there aren't firm plans to do it? This. A team internationally, a team based in London or a team based in Mexico City or whatever it is. It's just something where you just go like, you know, I've been meaning to redecorate this bathroom. I'm going to. I'm definitely going to do it. It is on the list. But like there's so much to iron out that it is by no means something that is even realistic in the near term.
London Bulldogs, British Bulldogs. That makes too much sense.
Oh, the Bulldogs
that comes
is
from
a
the
good
3-6
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite cuts that we had of Rob Staten last year was when he asked him, do you know any Jags fans in London? Because the Jags are always over there. He's like, I got one. It's a mate named Gary. So shout out to Gary over there in London.
Oh, shout out Gary. Gary's going to be so elated. Gary has no idea we're talking about him right now.
Gary.
What's next?
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 3. NFL Network's Mike Garafolo and Ian Rappaport say Terion Arnold will be placed on the commissioner's exempt list once he's signed by the Seahawks and won't play or practice while his legal case plays out. What's the real headline?
So we're not seeing him in a uniform for quite a while. Got it. That's what I took from that. That's the real headline.
It's the midseason acquisition.
That's what it is.
He's going to show up running out the tunnel with the smoke. Everyone's like, yeah, let's
Late
go.
season depth ad.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, I think that's perfect. I think because of what's going on, you got to give him time like to learn the playbook, get acclimated to the area, see how that plays out, and then you don't want to rely on him, and this team is not relying on him. He's an extra piece, so I wouldn't mind, I don't mind possibly getting that piece. I'm almost halfway through the season.
That's the thing is, like, if Terion Arnold doesn't suit up for them, it's not like they are counting on it. You're right. Or it's not like they didn't have Devin Witherspoon and they're like, what do we possibly do? I think they would have made a trade. I think they would have done something big. This was just, well, shoot, let's stake our claim on that contract.
Yeah.
And if this clears up, then we get the rights to it. The logistics of this, or like the details, he's got an October 5th hearing in person in Tampa. That's one day after a Seahawks game. It doesn't matter. He's not playing in it, but it's a few weeks into the season. So at least October 5th. Like there would be nothing before then if it's true that they want to wait for the case to get resolved, because that's the next thing happening with the case.
Yeah.
And then in the meantime, rules for the commissioner's exempt list. You don't count against the active 53-man roster. You can be present in the facility at team meetings. You can use a weight room, but you can't practice or obviously play. So,
yeah.
Something.
Those are the rules. Must follow the rules.
You gotta follow the rules.
That's unfortunate, though. I wonder, but can he be in the building? Can he like be watching film and all that stuff?
Yeah, he can he can have individual meetings. He can he can be part of a team meeting. Now, the thing is, I don't exactly know what all of it looks like, because it's like, how integrated are you becoming with the team if you aren't sure if you're going to play, and then you have your own legal stuff. So I don't know how much we're even going to see him here.
Yeah.
It's not like players on PUP and it's like, you're just waiting to come back. He probably has no idea whether or not he's going to play.
His job is just to stay in shape. So
exactly.
If your number's called, you're ready to go. Obviously, there's difference between playing shape and workout shape, but you got to start somewhere. So to stay active, keep moving, do your thing.
All right, we have some injury news from around training camps coming up at 12:30 in NFL rewrites. As a reminder, the dugout is from 1 to 2, all Mariners. So get your questions in for what I need to know. That's coming up at 12:45. Any question, text it now, 866-979-3776. We're going to be joined by Seahawks right guard Anthony Bradford next.
If you're subscribed to Seattle Sports on YouTube, then you saw Brock Hewer's latest digital exclusive first.
The news that Terion Arnold's going to be a Seahawk. Why I like this deal. Culture. Way too many alphas in this locker room, number one. Number two, if you're not on board, if you don't act right, you won't be a Seahawk. He's got great size. He's got tremendous strength. He's got awesome agility. And there's no better incubator to grow this guy. This will be his maybe last best shot in the NFL.
Find out first. Subscribe to Seattle Sports on YouTube now.
Thinking about a new roof or exterior upgrade, but worried about the cost? This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We've created our summertime savings event to make it simple and affordable. Save up to $3,000 off your exterior project or get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest up to 24 months. And every qualifying GAF roof is backed by our lifetime Golden Pledge warranty. One call gets you started. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today. Held to a higher standard since 1968.
A Wilt Chamberlain 1972 playoff game-worn jacket was recently bought for $3 at a Goodwill in Portland. You may not be sitting on a warm-up jacket worn by Wilt the Stilt, but there's serious value to your old gold, jewelry, watches, silver, and coins. Dave Wyman encouraging you to see what they're worth at Bellevue Rare Coins in Bellevue, Issaquah, Tacoma, and Linwood. They'll give you an honest, no-pressure assessment for free. See how much they're worth at Bellevue Rare Coins, and if the price is right, cash in.
Lots of dealerships will tell you they'll work hard for your business. At Lee Johnson, we've been proving it for more than 90 years. You can count on us.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
It's WFC 199 World Fighting Championship at Emerald Queen Casino Event Center. Saturday night, October 17th. Experience the thrill and excitement of high-energy professional mixed martial arts. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. Don't miss this amazing mixed martial arts event. WFC 199 World Fighting Championship, October 17th at Emerald Queen Casino. Always entertaining. 21 and older. Need gambling help? Call 800-547-6133 or visit emeraldqueen.com.
Hey, baseball fans, Rick Rizzs here. I'm excited to introduce you to my good friend Keith Dashafee, owner of Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Keith?
Thanks, Rick. At Pella Windows and Doors, we pride ourselves on delivering top-quality windows and doors that enhance the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Our products are built to last with innovative designs and exceptional craftsmanship. Whether you're looking to upgrade your windows or install new doors, Pella has you covered.
That's fantastic, Keith. Don't wait. Schedule your free appointment today at PellaPNW.com.
Step into Seahawks game day at the Pro Shop, where the roar of the 12s begins. And official Seahawks gear is always within reach.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
This is the Pro Shop. Visit the official store of the Seattle Seahawks, located at Lumen Field and the Landing in Renton.
Are you looking to buy a house, but like everyone, you're priced out of the Bellevue, Kirkland, and Seattle market? Many buyers have the income, the credit, and the desire to own, but simply don't have the down payment, often at least $75,000 just for a starter home. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue with a great opportunity for home buyers. Introducing our Legacy Opportunity Loan. Legacy Group Capital has a select group of 100 new construction, single-family, and townhomes in the top Western Washington locations. Acquire a new construction home with no down payment, allowable closing costs paid, and a competitive rate. Yes, that's no down payment and some closing costs paid by Legacy. A wise man once said, the hardest part of winning in real estate is just getting in. And now you can with our Legacy Opportunity Loan. So get in the game.
Limited properties available to qualified Washington borrowers. Learn more about this limited opportunity at LegacyG.com. Legacy Group Capital, LLC, and MLS ID 99045. Visit LegacyG.com for additional program details.
Mariners and Brewers today in Milwaukee. 4:40 first pitch, 3:30 pregame. Get every pitch of every game for free on the Seattle Sports app.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Going to be joined shortly here by Seahawks right guard Anthony Bradford. Speaking of the offense, they didn't look stellar. Now, the starters weren't out there, obviously, but they didn't look stellar in that preseason game against the Cowboys. A couple complaints from folks about the offense, but Bump, upon second rewatch, that makes it sound like a third watch. Upon a rewatch, you actually had a few more positives to take away. What did you see?
I wish this was Sirius XM, so I could really say what I want to say. Calm yo down. Goodness gracious.
Self-censor.
It's a preseason game. Hey, come on, man. Like, I sat next to a guy, and he was like, yeah, they just didn't execute to me. They were just nervous because the cameras.
Execute?
The cameras got nervous. I go, what are you talking about, bro? I said, if you were expecting to see elite football, don't watch preseason games. Don't watch it because you got guys who haven't really played together, live reps. You got guys who probably aren't going to make the team. You're looking more at, like, the scheme. What are they trying to do? And then stay off of Milroe, too. Gosh darn it. I watch all of his – and then the worst part, too, is – and I love engagement. Keep engaging. But when someone said, yeah, just poor decision-making, he held on to the football too long, I go, I guarantee you didn't watch all 22. I guaranteed you did not see that the line did not slide his protection and protect that guy. Therefore, he had to hold the football and look for it. I guarantee you didn't see, like, guys weren't open. It's just like everyone calm down.
Yeah, and everyone kind of repeats each other.
Yeah, it's a preseason game. And I think for a quarter and a half, the offense looked okay. And what I look for when I watch the game is, what are you attempting to do? I'm trying to imagine Abe Lucas doing this. I'm trying to imagine JSN doing this. What are you attempting to do? And the attempts with this offense, I see where they're going, and it makes sense. So, everyone, calm down.
I kind of like – you're getting kind of fired up about this.
Yeah, because I talk to people, I read the comments, and it's just like –
Is it because it comes from just repeating as opposed to watching?
It's like, I know this is how this goes. The Hawks were 1-1-1 last preseason. 1-1-1.
Yeah.
All right, the Browns were 4-0 or 3-0.
Yeah.
Who won the Super Bowl?
Well, the Browns should have. It's just that with the things got kind of sideways and they turned a little bit, so it was complicated. Hi, good to see you. We are joined now by Seahawks guard Anthony Bradford. We were just talking, Anthony, about the preseason game. Bump was saying that he liked some of what he saw from the offense.
I was telling everybody.
Yeah, you explain. I'm not doing a good job paraphrasing.
Down. It was, oh my God, they didn't score it. I'm like, do you know how to watch preseason football? And like, it's not about per se the execution. To me, it's more about the attempts. Like, what are we trying to do out there? And then you start evaluating individuals. And I said, for like a quarter and a half, the offense looked good. You see what they're trying to do. Mm-hmm. When you guys watch preseason film, what's the vibe and the mood in there?
For the older guys, that's not, that's on the sideline. For us personally, it's just
cheering on the younger dudes that's out there, first time in the league, you know what I'm saying? It's probably like a big mental game for them right now, so it's just like trying to be there for them for the whole game, just be in and out their ear, and then it's really just like Brian Fleury had told us just to go out there and really just put on tape like how we play football over here, how Seattle get down, and that's basically how we going about the preseason.
Tell us a bit about Brian. Is the offense similar to last year? Some new quirks? What's he like?
Yeah, it's a little similar, little quirks here and there. B. Fleury, he's an interesting guy. He's pretty cool, like smart dude. Know what he's talking about all the time. Tries to throw little jokes in here and there.
Are they funny?
Yeah, they're pretty funny. You got to catch on. It take you a little minute to process them, but you're going to catch on pretty soon. But, yeah, I like Brian. Brian's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We've been asked a lot, is this team going to keep a chip on their shoulder? And we've been around, 3 weeks now? We've been around you guys watching you move and stuff. And I said, of course, from what I see, I think they are. And then also, when you got people across the country talking about the Rams and the Niners, it's easy to keep a chip on your shoulder. Yeah. How are you guys staying motivated coming off a big season?
It's really on some, like, not saying like building a new culture, but kind of like building a new vibe here. You know what I'm saying? Like the last year vibe was last year vibe, and it got us to where we went. But this year we know full-handedly like that last year vibe it can't carry over to this year's vibe because it's a whole new team. You know what I'm saying? Even though we got majority of the same people in it, it's a whole new team. So we got to try to find our edge, and I feel like that's what we're doing right now. We're doing a pretty good job.
Are you kind of finding your own edge? You're obviously a veteran. It's not like your first year. You know what to work on in the offseason, but does this one feel any different? Is there anything that you are doing differently, kind of pushing yourself in a different way?
Oh, yeah, just pushing myself, to be honest, just like mentally, just trying to be able to do my job as best ability I can, and be out there for as long as I can and be counted on, like be accountable, and be there for my guys. And I'm ready to ball out this year again.
I've never been on a football team where when the season's done, I walk into the room the next year and I see all of the same faces. Like usually like 2-3 of us are gone, dudes moving on. But you walked in that room and saw all of the same faces and maybe added a couple. What's that room like knowing that most of you guys have been there already?
Yeah, it feel like college for real again. Like, in college, like you there a whole 4 years, you might get 1 or 2 dudes that just transfer out, but like as far as the whole 4 years that you're there with the same group of guys, so you're there to like you able to build that kind of connection. And like the way that we worked last year together, and for us to be all back again plus some and stuff like it's nothing else that you can ask for as an O-line, because like vibes really matter as a front five up front, and I feel like we kind of got ours down packed, and like I said, I'm ready to roll.
Yep.
How much time do you guys spend together, just as a line?
All day, literally. Like, it's like
you're sick of these guys.
Yeah, no, not at all. Like, hey, my dude, like we talk literally all day, every day, and it's just like, I just love coming to work, working with these dudes.
Yeah. Who's the funniest guy on the offensive line, excluding yourself? You can't include yourself.
Right now, low key, it's okay. I would give it to Federico Moran.
Funniest guy.
He's funny as hell.
Wild card.
Man, you have some plays where you're just dominant. It's ridiculous, man. What's that like for you? After you get your pancake, are you a talker or you just get back to the huddle?
Oh, yeah, I'm talking crazy for sure. I feel like that's my little edge. Like, to the O-line, I bring like that kind of nasty, you know what I'm saying, that little attitude, you know what I'm saying? I just play, that's just how I play. I've been playing like that since high school. And I feel like that just make the game fun for O-linemen, like just being able to put a dude down and celebrate, because we don't really get to celebrate for real unless it's a touchdown or a big run. So putting somebody on the ground, that's pretty fun to me.
You got older brothers?
Nah, I'm the only brother.
Oh, really?
I got an older sister.
Older sister. Okay, I was trying to see where that grit come from. They was picking on your whole life or what?
From that mud, man. This is how I came up well, my uncles was my mom's younger brothers. They was like kind of like closer to age to me, so I guess they was kind of like my brothers. But I would say I'll get it from them.
Does some of that nastiness, trash talking come out a little more when it's game against the Rams? They've talked openly about hating the Seahawks, which I actually kind of respect. I respect that they're not like any given week that they're like, no, we hate those guys. Like Puka Nacua said, I hate Julian Love. I'm like, what Julian do?
Yeah, when we see them come across the schedule, it's definitely it's a little bit more hype to it. You know what I'm saying? You're a little bit more eager to get out there and put a dude on the ground. But every week is the same.
Yeah. Have you ever ended a season playing an opponent and then your first game the next season is that same opponent? This your first time?
No, this is the first time.
That's gonna be kind of. kind of weird. I kind of like it too, though, because y'all gonna hang the banner in front of them too. Like, yeah,
it's pretty disrespectful.
Yeah, I kind of like it though.
It's cool though. It's the first for everything.
Yeah.
Well, and you guys earned it too.
Sure.
I wanted to ask a bit about the run game. Obviously, Jadarian, a rookie, we haven't seen him a ton dealing with a lower body injury. But from what you've seen in camp, you know the run game better than we do, and what you guys are trying to do. You've seen him. How's he look so far?
Decisive, shocking, big facts. Like it's just crazy seeing like a young dude just come in and just try to fall in line as best as he can, as quick as he can. It's like he's gonna be a great player. He's gonna be a great runner. We need him. And yeah, it's just like I'm impressed with what I've seen so far from him.
I saw Fleury pulling that guard a few times. I saw some things I really liked. Right, I love gap scheme. I love having the fullback back there. I think it's really gonna help kind of grow this offense. Are you a puller or are you yeah? He gonna get you moving too?
Yeah, anything that I could put pain on somebody, let me do it, man. Let me do it. And like I said, like Fleury, he's interesting when it comes to like how he calling the offense. Like you're just gonna see some cool stuff coming from the O-line, like blocking scheme wise. It's gonna be pretty cool to watch on TV.
Does your language? I would think that your language with the O-line is probably the most consistent when it comes to the transfer from Kubiak to Fleury. I think the outside guys probably have a bit more change there. Am I reading that right, or have you guys made a lot of changes too?
For O-line, like it's never too far off from like wordage and like terminology for like O-line wise, especially from last year and this year. It's pretty much the same for us. Yeah.
I think the thing that would drive me most crazy as an offensive lineman is that criticism would come from not knowing what my assignment is. Like sometimes you're just going to mess up. They're getting paid too. Okay, so I lost that battle. But other times, like even when this is before you were in the league, but I remember when I was a reporter, someone got mad at another reporter, a lineman, because he was like, you called me out on air and that wasn't even my job. Like so there's a lot of stuff we don't understand. So I will say, I see criticism of you, but I also see a lot of praise. And one of the things I always see about you that's positive is like there might be no one stronger on this offensive line. Like he might be the strongest dude. So I will obviously, what's max squat?
Big facts.
What's max bench? What's going on here? You are a massive person.
Yeah, I haven't maxed out in a while, but max squat that I've ever done was like 710, I believe.
Goodness gracious.
That's insane.
And bench press like 520.
Yeah.
And that was a while ago. That was a few years ago.
Yeah. Once you get to the league, ain't no more maxing
No one's
out.
maxing out. They said we got too much money invested in these guys.
Last time I
Why don't you
maxed out was
stretch?
probably high school or early college.
Go in the
Nobody
cold
maxed
tub.
out anymore.
Definitely freshman year in college.
Yeah,
bro.
for sure. What so this off season, I'm sure you watch film of yourself. What did you say? Okay, let me work on this and I can go to another level.
Just being consistent, bro, and like working on just my win. Like I feel like if I could play longer, it'll only help me. You know what I'm saying? Just being able to sustain long drives and really just being consistent, bro. That's really was the main thing, was being consistent.
And O-line, man, everyone else can tap that helmet and go out.
Yeah.
Receivers, running backs. It's linemen and quarterbacks. Y'all are in the helmet the whole game. So, yeah.
People don't understand that smoke like that, bro. Like,
even D-line, man, they be tapping out.
Yeah.
Whole new linemen got to stay in for all 65-plus plays, man.
Yeah, it's crucial. Bro.
Yeah.
It's crucial.
Speaking of quarterbacks not being able to really do that either, tell us a bit about Sam. How's your guys' relationship? Or just like the line with Sam? I mean, it seems like everyone really loves him.
Yeah, Sam is like the big bro. For real. Like, he just come to work every day, same Sam. We know what to expect out of him every day, and he loves us, bro. Like his attitude is so great. Like I said, I'll run through a brick wall for Sam. I feel like the other four would do it the same.
I have never seen. I've covered different iterations of this team. I've never seen people love their quarterback the way that you guys are cool with Sam. Where I'm like, there's going to be a brawl if someone goes after Sam.
Yeah,
like I already know. Anthony's going to be in it.
Don't even try.
Abe's going to be in it. It's going to be a mess.
Yeah, don't even touch Sammy D. It's over with.
Yeah.
What's he like? Let's say that game-winning drive against the Rams, right? Where y'all know what the situation is, and I've been in huddles where I've looked around and been like, he don't want the smoke, he don't want the smoke. But it seems like y'all were so locked into that moment. Does Sam say anything to kind of loosen up, or is it just same procedure as usual, let's just go and get this?
This the one. It's short and sweet. You know what I'm saying? I remember him saying this the one. And like you just saying, like you can look in people's eyes in the huddle and say, like, who want to tap, who want to, give up. And it's none of that. Like, we all laser focused because, I don't know, it's just like y'all seen it for yourself on TV last year. It's just like we were such connected as a group. It was just like, whatever we get put through, we all gonna go through that together. So it was a cool experience.
Yeah,
no cap.
Seahawks guard and Super Bowl champ Anthony Bradford, kind enough to join us. We're going to stay in segment, but you can head out of here because you got a very busy day. Thank you so much for taking the time. We appreciate it, Anthony. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and head to NFL headlines. Let's start with this one. I just added this, a little bit of update on this. Do you remember last week, Bump, when I said that there was that report, Mike Florio was just kind of wondering aloud whether Christian McCaffrey's muscle tightness, I'm using quotes, was secretly a contract hold-in? Mike Florio said, well, hear me out on this one. Christian McCaffrey just saw Bijan Robinson get money. He just saw Jahmyr Gibbs get money. He has no guaranteed salary this year. Oh, and also, he reportedly was trying to get some more guaranteed money from the team last year. Kyle Shanahan says, pump the brakes on that one. Speaking with reporters earlier today, he said Christian McCaffrey would have practiced today, but it was a joint practice, so they continued to hold him out. And he has no reason to believe that missed practice time is contract related. Buying it?
Kind of. I buy a little bit of it. I mean, I expect him to come out and say something, right? Either confirm, deny, or do neither. So, we'll see. With Christian McCaffrey, you think he hasn't looked at those contracts and been like, maybe I could be worth a bit more? Of course he has. Has his agent spoken to the Niners? Of course they have. But if it's a legit injury and he's holding out, then he's holding out. But conversations are being had.
I mean, I think that you can choose to believe or not believe Kyle Shanahan, but everyone will obviously, at their next practice that is not a joint practice, look to see whether or not Christian is back out there. Some tough news for Saints first-round wide receiver Jordan Tyson. He's going to miss 2 months with a hamstring injury suffered last week. God,
that was a knock on him coming out of college, man. Every year he was banged up. There was no doubt he was the most talented receiver in this group. Had the privilege of calling a couple of his games. Dude is special, but your best ability is what, Stacey?
Availability.
He ain't available.
For the second time this summer, Aaron Donald officially worked out for the Rams. This is from the NFL Transaction Wire. Not sure if you guys were hearing anything about this, but Aaron Donald might come back to the Rams. It's floated under the radar, so I don't know if you saw it. I know. Sean McVay in cut 25 was asked about Donald's latest workout.
That's what it was, just a workout. So they're really, and I'm not trying to be like coy with it. It's semantical. It's part of his process that he's gone through. It just allows us to be able to use football equipment, and it's very similar to what the other workout was. And so he's continuing to go through his process, which there's a lot of, things that you try to mimic and emulate game-like settings and situations to be able to get clarity on whether he wants to do this or not. And that was just another part of this process.
Bump, what does your gut tell you is happening with the Aaron Donald situation?
This is all just a formality. This is just something that they're going to do and have to do. I think there was a time where he was really trying to fill his body out and say, all right, am I willing to do this mentally? How's wifey with it? There are some boxes that you have to check. But it's been going on for a long time now. This isn't a recent story like, breaking news, Aaron Donald's working out for the Rams. No, he's been in that building for like 2 or 3 months. So I think it's going to happen unless he takes a physical and they see something that they don't like. I'm pretty sure this happens.
I agree. I think the Rams story is, hey, he just wants to make sure that he's ready for the commitment. He's been out of football. He wants to make sure that he can still do this. I think what people are wondering is, A, is this some kind of contract thing? Or B, is this just you guys buying some time for whatever reason? But either way, it feels imminent.
Yeah.
It feels unavoidable
down.
that Aaron Donald will be a Ram. Now that Devin Witherspoon is signed by the Seahawks, should we expect to see something move on the Christian Gonzalez front? Patriots cornerback waiting for his big deal. Cut 27. This is ESPN's Adam Schefter.
They had not been close. And Witherspoon obviously reset the market at $33 a year with $101 guaranteed. And so you would think that there would be a roadmap there. But I don't know that it necessarily helps bridge them together. Again, you knew where the Witherspoon deal was going to come in roughly. And Gonzalez and the Patriots, up until the last day or so, I don't know what happened yesterday, had not made any meaningful progress. And look, it's all there for them, for both sides to figure out. And if they can't do it, they can't do it. And then he goes through the year, and then there's questions about his future and all sorts of things and what could happen. But like I said, I don't think it's a hard deal to have worked out, and they've been unable to do it so far. They hadn't been close as of a couple of days ago. And I don't know that this deal is necessarily going to bring them together.
Oof, maybe it ends up changing suddenly out of nowhere. Sometimes deals like that happen where you go, God, I wondered if it would even get done, and it was just announced. but it doesn't sound great on the front for New England and Christian Gonzalez.
No, it doesn't. And that's none of my business, none of my concern. Our guy got paid. You guys worry about
you
your guy.
You said that sounds like a problem.
You know?
I can't.
No, I can't relate.
My
can't relate at all.
cornerback signed.
We're good. Everyone's happy for him here.
My bills are paid.
$100 million guaranteed.
None of my business.
33 a year. Pay that man.
Who's leading in the Browns quarterback competition? This to me is, you know, what's funny is it feels like every single year this is something people talk about. But I was listening to the Mina Kimes show featuring Lenny, and she had Kevin Clark on, and she was saying she really loves Casey Concepcion, that she really likes a lot of pieces on this Browns team, and that it is kind of a shame that they don't have a much more solidified veteran quarterback, because they could take a pretty notable step forward. Instead, it's an ongoing battle, though. Cut 28, Adam Schefter thinks the job is Deshaun Watson's.
I felt all summer that with them opening on the road, that it would be easier to start in Jacksonville, in Tampa, in the first 2 games, see what you have, and if it doesn't work out, you can go to Shedeur at that point in time. And Deshaun played well over the weekend. He did what he had to do. See how that plays out right now. To me, I would think that Deshaun is in the lead, but Shedeur's got his opportunity this weekend.
Who do you think wins the job?
I think Deshaun does. He's just a veteran. You know, he's been around the block a few times, but that leash is going to be extremely short. Did you hear what Concepcion said in his presser?
No.
He said, "I pride myself on not being tackled by DBs." Young man, DBs will tackle you all day in this league, sir.
No.
I'm like, what do you...
That's
the way he started slow, and I go, don't do it.
Oh, no.
Be humble. But you got to be confident at the same time, so I get it. But this is the NFL, sir.
No.
DBs will tackle you.
They
tackled you in college.
on not being tackled by DBs.
They tackled you in college.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. What are you doing?
Oh, someone's definitely going to, like, pin that and get that done. That being said, I was wondering this earlier. I want to ask you what you think about it. If you're John Schneider and you get a call from the Browns and they go, you know what, we like a lot of our pieces here and we want to mix up the quarterback competition. We don't feel great about our options here. How do you feel about a deal for Drew or Jalen?
For who, though? What are we getting out of this deal?
Probably draft picks.
Draft picks for Drew or Jalen? I think if it was for, I'd talk to him. I entertain it.
Entertain it?
Yeah, entertain it. Depends on what they talk about, though.
Now, keep in mind, that jeopardizes your season if Sam's hurt for any period of time. You're in win right now.
You're only taking one. So probably more Jalen than Drew. Because, you know, Drew, he's played in this league before.
Yeah.
I entertain it, but they wouldn't. They got Garcia over there, too.
I just truly think that, like...
Is it Garcia or Gabriel?
Dylan Gabriel. Is he even there anymore?
He's there.
Yeah,
he's
we
there.
just suddenly, like, I don't even know. Does anyone have eyes on Dylan? I don't even know where he is anymore. It's a mess over there, and the Browns are always in quarterback hell. They can't figure it out, but I wonder if they try to look for help outside of the org and just go, you know what? This contract's a bummer. We would love it if Deshaun would actually work out because we're paying him so much guaranteed money, but we also need to start winning.
They drafted 2 quarterbacks in the same draft.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be looking for another quarterback. Y'all better make it work. We got McDonald's at home.
I'm just saying. Let's go to your Jets. Breece Hall suffered a hamstring injury in Jets camp, but head coach Aaron Glenn said his starting running back is still on track for the season opener. Cut 32. Here's Aaron Glenn talking about a timeline.
Both of those guys will be out with Breece with the groin, Mike Hill with the calf. Both those guys will be out 2 to 3 weeks. So those guys will be ready for the regular season. So looking forward to getting those guys back.
What are your expectations for the Jets this year?
5 or 6 of them things. 5 or 6.
Not a good season.
Nah, I mean, listen. You know what I hope? I know he's had a rough offseason. I just want Geno to look okay. Just look okay, Geno. You're back where it all started. Right your wrongs. Didn't have a great offseason. Lots of attention for the wrong reasons. But come on now.
Did they end up drafting that tight end you liked?
Yes, he's hurt right now, too. His oblique, I think.
Oh, man. Obliques? Oh, we have PTSD from that here. That's tough. That's tough stuff. Let's jump to another New York injury, but we're going to the NFC. Cut 26. We're wondering how Malik Neighbors' injury rehab has gone this summer. He was speaking with reporters at Giants camp yesterday.
Like I said, to that question, the most important thing is my health. And the most important thing is just completing every every milestone that they have in front of me, giving good effort, continue to come out here, be a great, teammate to my teammates. And like I said, just leading every day by day and just continue to, take that milestone day by day.
The Giants have a lot of potential this year. They're kind of the sexy pick for a lot of people when it comes to teams that are going to take a big step forward. That being said, so much of that depends on Malik Neighbors working out. Your other receivers in that room, Braxton Berrios, Odell Beckham Jr., Calvin Austin, Malachi Fields. Stop me when you hear someone that can be a game changer. Jalen Hyatt, Ryan Miller, Isaiah Hodgins. No one yet? Some of these people you never heard of in your entire life. They need Malik Neighbors badly.
Yeah, for sure.
They needs to be out there.
Odell Beckham was butt naked on a Thursday a lot this past game. He didn't get any. Yeah, I think he had 2 targets for like 3 yards, something like that.
Because the NFL kept putting Jackson in the blue tent.
That's why.
That's why.
That's why.
Get your questions in for What I Need to Know. Sports, non-sports, doesn't matter. Text it right now, 866-979-3776. What I Need to Know coming your way next.
Outside of quarterback, for real, we got the hardest position on the field, man.
The big-time players.
They can't beat us throwing the ball.
Make big-time plays.
Ball picked up. Witherspoon comes near side.
And a big-time Seahawk.
Witherspoon, 97 yards.
Is locked in for the long haul.
Spoon, man, the soul of our defense. Spoon is the heart of it.
Spoon's extension. And what's next for the Hawks. All at SeattleSports.com. And the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
Let's go.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years guaranteed? Now through August 24th, new Xfinity customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi this summer before it disappears. Just $50 a month for 5 years. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. Plus, it keeps you protected from online threats. And get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
The best safety feature on any machine is a well-trained operator. With online, hands-on, in-class, and blended options, Levitt Training helps your team stay safe, certified, and confident on the job. Book your training today. Stack it, reach it, lift it, Levitt.
Keep summer outside where it belongs. Save $588 on every window and $1,088 on every door, plus free heat deflecting glass. Claim your free quote today, plus 12 months no payments. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
One of my favorite scenes from training camp was a coach telling a player he should be happy for another teammate who just signed a contract extension. He earned it. Dave Wyman here, and I'll be happy for you if you earn $30 each month with a Harborstone Credit Union PNW Cashback free checking account. No fees or minimums. Sign up for a membership at Harborstone Credit Union /cash and get the PNW Cashback free checking account. Or visit one of their 29 branches across the Northwest. Insured by NCUA, terms and conditions apply.
Summer is the time to feel and look your best. But I'm not talking about your abs or tan. Guys, I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning during Advanced Hair's once yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your very own hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. They are the team that addressed my hair loss, and I recommend them to everyone. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. Advanced Hair's summer sales event is on for a limited time. So get the details and schedule your free consultation today. 425-449-8185. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and make the call now while their summer savings event is still on. That's 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Paid political announcement.
Hey, Seattle, did you know your groceries could be getting more expensive? Seattle City Hall is considering an ordinance that could put grocery rewards and coupons on the chopping block.
The mayor's proposed fair pricing ordinance could have the exact opposite outcome and make everyday living more expensive. Protect Seattle Savings is a coalition dedicated to defending the everyday savings that Seattle families rely on. Visit protectseattlesavings.com to learn more and join the cause.
Paid for by Protect Seattle Savings.
Nobody gets you closer to the action at Seahawks training camp than the home of the Seahawks.
I see you play!
Seattle Sports.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Hey there, Dawn Riley with Olympic Hot Tub. It's our 49th birthday, and we're celebrating by giving you the gifts. Outstanding savings on saltwater hot spring spas, free Bluetooth music, and interest-free financing for 3 years. Plus, exciting savings on endless pool swim spas, saunas, and cold plunges. How's that for a birthday to remember? Ends August 24th. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Olympic Hot Tub.
Hey, it's Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision. If you're at the stage where you need readers, whether you've had LASIK or not, it may be time to consider K2 Vision RLE. I tell my King LASIK patients, laser vision correction won't solve the eventual need for reading glasses due to an aging, dysfunctional lens.
But K2 Vision RLE will. It's not a question of if your lens becomes dysfunctional, it's when. At that point, you'll need reading glasses and could benefit from refractive lens exchange. K2 Vision RLE is a quick, painless procedure that restores distance and near vision permanently. In other words, no glasses, no contacts, and no readers.
And no cataracts.
Exactly. After K2 Vision RLE, you will never develop a cataract.
K2 Vision doctors have performed over 150,000 procedures and followed the outcomes. They have the experience to know when it's your right time for RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consult today at K2VisionRLE.com. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
All right, the dugout is coming your way from 1 to 2. So what I need to know right now, get your questions in. Sports, non-sports, doesn't matter. 866-979-3776. What I need to know. Bump, do teams ever take players' affiliations into account, especially with like a free agent coming in?
I think that's just something extra. I mean, I think if they like the player, they like the player. And if he plays a position that maybe another coach, a coach on the staff, coach at another team, they want information, then yeah. But it's not like they're like, oh, we're going to pick him up just because he played for this team. No, that's extra. I mean, they like who they like, they pick up who they pick up, and then if they can benefit them in that way, then so be it. Stacy's looking at the Hard Knocks camera.
I'm watching a reporter getting front and center on Hard Knocks right now.
Greg's going to get on.
I'm so upset.
That's why he's smiling so hard, because he knows the camera's on him.
I don't even know how to move forward. You know what? I've given up. I saw the cameras come out and I was like, I don't even care anymore. It's not like I feel like
And this is our last day out there too.
This is it. It don't happen today, Stacey. It ain't happening.
I did everything I could. I gave it my all. I did everything I could. I showed up and I just wasn't enough. And like, that's gutting. And this interview is going to be on episode 4. What I need to know. Like anyone cares, what I need to know. You're offered a suite for the Rams-Seahawks game on Christmas, but if you go, you won't be able to see your family at all that day. Do you go to the game or spend Christmas with the fam? Keep in mind, it could be Grammy's last Christmas. That's dark.
I'm already at the game. I'm already going to miss.
This is a tough one.
So, yeah, I'm gone.
Offered a suite, though, so that means it's free, correct?
I'd rather be with my family, I think. Yes. Pretend it's free and pretend there's an open bar and food.
I'm gone.
It's a night game. You can spend Christmas morning with your family.
You're good.
You can't see them. You can't see them on that day.
That's not what they said.
No, that's what they said. They said, if you go, you cannot see your family that day.
We'll do Christmas early. Christmas Eve. Let's get it.
A free
kids
suite?
will not mind.
How many times are you going to get offered a free suite to a primetime Seahawks game?
Dumb. Christmas, I'm going to lie and say, actually, today is Christmas, guys.
Your kids are teenagers.
Well, I'll have to lie
Curtis can get away with that. Being like, hey, today's
my
Christmas,
kids don't care. They're
actually.
teenagers. They don't want to kick it with me anyway. They don't kick it with their friends.
Oh, God. What I need to know, what's your favorite Seattle non-sports event to go to?
I don't really do much in Seattle, man, to be honest with you.
Or just like the surrounding area. What do you what's your favorite event outside of like a sporting event to go
Favorite event?
Like a concert, a tournament?
You know what?
I guess that's a sport thing.
I saw like Rick Ross Symphony this past year.
Okay, so when Seattle does their music.
Yeah,
so,
that was dope. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to be old. I love a fair and I love a farmer's market. And
Classic.
I know. And
Farmer's market. You have your own bag when you go?
Yes.
Of course you do.
My reusable bag. I took Lukey to his farmer's market for the first time.
Did he behave?
He was great, and I got so many compliments. I mean, he did, but I did. God, they're filming someone else. I'm like viscerally angry. What I need to know. Name one celebrity you'd like to be your spirit animal, and why?
Samuel L. Jackson. Because I love the way he curses. I have a big potty mouth, obviously not on air, but you catch me in the wild, I be cursing.
Yeah.
And I feel like we be on the same stuff.
What I need to know. I'm married now, but I still have pictures of my exes and girls I dated. Should I tell her, my wife, or throw them away? Throw them away. You got physical pictures? If you have physical photos, you need to get rid of that.
Delete them off your phone. Yeah.
You got to delete them.
Oh,
Yeah, you
that's
gotta
a
delete
tough
them.
one.
No.
That's
No,
part
it's
of your
not.
life, though.
It's really
No,
not.
it's not.
I mean, I have like prom pictures and stuff, and I went to
That's
prom with my
different.
ex.
That's different because that's not a serious thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sorry it didn't work out with you guys. Like, I don't mean to belittle your relationship. I'm really sorry, but like, you're 40, so I feel like that's different. But I'm talking like this
the
guy.
most
Let's say
recent
he's
ex
newly
you
married.
had prior to
Yes.
getting married.
So
That's
let's say this
different.
guy's newly married and he has a bunch of photos of his very serious ex-girlfriend, long-term ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, that's different.
Should he get rid of the photos?
Nah, I mean, like high school stuff, though, no.
High school stuff,
College
no.
stuff, I wouldn't even get rid of that.
Yeah, no, I don't think anything in high school matters.
Not to you. You want to forget those years, huh, Stacey?
No, I'm just saying, like, none of it, that's all, like, nothing there is serious. Like, it's like,
It's your world when you're in it, though.
Well, when you're in it, yes.
You think this is going to be forever.
Yeah. I was telling my sister when I was not high school, but in elementary school, I think I was a pathological liar. I used to just lie about all kinds of stuff. I lied about having diabetes.
Oh my God.
And I lied about having a cat we didn't have.
What?
I don't know why.
That's insane.
I don't know why.
desperate
I
need
lied
for
about
attention.
breaking my arm, and I
Did you
don't
go
know.
talk to someone about this?
Yeah,
No.
this sounds
No.
like stuff
I don't do
you
it
need
anymore.
to tell a therapist.
Well, no, I did the diabetes thing out of the goodness of my heart because I lied
that's
about
lying
having it
for
so that
attention.
another kid. I don't know why I lied, but I was a pathological liar in elementary school. 866-979-3776. Wait, did we settle on you have to get rid of the photos?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's like your last relationship prior to that, it's serious, yeah.
Okay, so we said that about physical photos. Should this guy go through his phone and delete those photos?
That's a lot. That's a lot. It's harder now, man, because you got thousands of pictures. You're going to sit there and go through thousands of pictures?
Yeah. I think you got it.
I think
You gotta
Really?
scrub them off of social media, too, yeah.
Social's easy, but like your phone?
Yeah.
I'll say this. You definitely don't need any photos that are obvious. Your laptop background does not need to have her anywhere in
Come
it.
on, Stacey.
I'm
That's
just saying,
common sense.
I know, but I'm saying some people, I don't know. I mean, maybe no like photos that are just up in the house where you're like, oh, but
What?
this was me.
This is insanity. Of course not. Of course not.
No.
This is me and my ex. And here's me and my wife. What?
Someone just said, yikes. I think to me being a pathological liar. I don't know why kids do the things they do, okay? I don't know. I don't know. 866-979-3776. I do have a football question. You can't tell how good a team is during preseason, Bump, but can you evaluate how deep the team is?
Yeah. That's the way you look at it. That's very mature of you, and I respect that. Everyone else tripping over week one. Calm down.
You were getting
for real, because you know how many dumb conversations I've had.
What's the dumbest comment you saw?
This dude told me, I think they're nervous because the cameras are there. These are the greatest athletes in all the world. They've never been in front of a camera. They ain't worried about those damn cameras.
You think they're worried about an HBO? There's one guy. There's one guy over here. I'm pointing at him and talking out loud. I'm sorry, with a camera.
No, they're fine.
No.
They were nervous. What? Crazy.
I don't know about that. I don't know. That is a bad take. Okay, you know what? Fairly mad at that one. Fairly getting fired up. All Mariners from 1 to 2. Shannon Dreher joins us next.
Experience the thrill of the Kitsap Fair and Stampede with classic fair fun and food. Delight in the ultimate Pacific Northwest summer tradition. Bring the whole family to enjoy exhilarating carnival rides, midway games, and all your favorite deep-fried, sweet, and savory fair food staples. Kitsap Fair and Stampede runs August 26th through the 30th. Don't miss out on all the fun and excitement. Tickets and info at kitsapfair.org. That's kitsapfair.org.
Isn't it great to be back in pads playing football? Little Seahawks style.
The work continues for the defending champs.
Creating this vision of who we want to become all the time.
With the first preseason game in the books. What are the biggest questions? The players to keep an eye on. Roster battles to watch.
Hey, we got to turn it up, dude.
Stay connected to all things training camp on Seattle Sports, the home of the Seahawks.
Hey, it's Bob Stelton here, and I've trained Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for a very long time, so I know injuries happen. But when Emma tore her ACL on the mat, it was bad.
I typically have a pretty high pain tolerance. I gave birth 6 times with no pain meds at all, but this felt like a 10 or 20, really.
She was evaluated by an orthopedic surgeon.
He also told me that surgery was the only thing that I could do.
Instead, she came to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy, the most experienced in the Northwest with over 20,000 stem cell procedures.
I can do everything normally. I train, I spar.
Pain level at a 0?
Yes.
So you recommend it?
Yes, actually, I asked him if it was okay for me to take copies of his pamphlet, so as soon as somebody gets injured, I can just hand them a copy.
So whether it's a hip like I had or a shoulder, elbow, ankle, wrist, knee, whatever it is, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
Do you have a special occasion or milestone to commemorate? Come discover Klein Jewelers in charming downtown Edmonds. As a locally owned family jeweler, we combine an impressively large selection with a warm personal service only a hometown jeweler can provide. Whether you're searching for the perfect engagement ring or a beautiful piece of diamond or gemstone jewelry, you'll find plenty to love and no pressure along the way. From life's biggest milestones to those just because moments. Klein Jewelers by the Fountain in downtown Edmonds. You're a jeweler for life.
Anybody can promise you a good deal. What matters is who's making the promise. At every Lee Johnson dealership, we'll work hard to get you the best deal we can.
The LJ way.
Hon, is your new pinball machine in our budget?
KeyBank will meet you in that our money is now our money moment.
Actually, our banker Steve recommended we start a joint checking account for bills and keep our individual accounts for things like pinball machines.
Did someone say Banker Steve? I was in the neighborhood in case you had any checking account questions.
Steve, you're always there for us. Now, how quickly can we open that account?
Steve, are you seeing this?
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank member FDIC.
In 2026, Bay Alarm celebrates 80 years of security. With burglar and fire alarm systems, 24/7 in-house monitoring, and local service, our promise to the Puget Sound remains the same. We got you. Learn more at bayalarm.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8157. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8157. That's 800-575-8157. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
And Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize! Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct. To the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
The Seattle Mariners are back in action today against the Milwaukee Brewers, who own the best record in baseball. Good news for Seattle, they will avoid facing Jacob Mizrowski on this trip. That's good. Bryce Miller on the mound today for the Mariners for a 4:40 p.m. first pitch. Pregame show starts at 3 p.m. right here on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This is The Dugout, taking you inside your Seattle Mariners.
Swing and a miss, and he got him with a slider.
Presented by Top Fitness.
On the home of the Mariners, Seattle Sports.
Swinging a shot over the bag at first, fair ball. The Mariners win it. Here comes Leo Rivas to score. Cal Raleigh with a walk-off single.
Time to grab a seat and talk Mariners baseball in The Dugout.
It is the Dugout, all Mariners from 1 to 2. Getting us started, Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer. Shannon, how's it going?
It's going. How are you guys?
Good. Hey, I have a question. I know some athletes and some teams, it's kind of dependent on the person, don't really like riding momentum. I know some people that don't believe in it at all and others who think it does a lot for a club. But that's especially in baseball. Some people don't. The Mariners, though, Shannon, really needed some in this series against the Astros, and they got it. So me on the outside, I go, well, that's some nice momentum. But tell me what the clubhouse feels. Did you get the sense from these players that they were riding a little bit of that or hanging on to any of that in those 2 wins against Houston?
Wow, that is a great question right there. And I don't know. And, go ahead and throw in that game in New York, too. 1-0 wins at Yankee Stadium. You don't, that's huge. That doesn't happen very often. And it may not have been an offensive day, but to get that kind of pitching also gives you a boost. So I think most of the players, it's funny, if you ask them, they will say that momentum is a day-to-day thing. You have to take the games one day at a time, and that's all that really matters. But you can't look at the club and not think that, okay, it would be very easily. You put a club that's lost 9 out of 10 on one side, a club that's even won 6 out of 10 on the other, and I think you know which one is which. It's just taking a look at them. So if they're not going to admit it, I think there is no denying that the feel is a little bit different. The look is a little bit different. And I think it's, incredibly important, especially if it's something that you've been looking for all year long. It's an affirmation, regardless. Yes, it's just, 3 individual wins out of 4 games. But the reason why they won those games, and I think that is key here, is because they played good baseball. These weren't fluke wins that they had. And the loss that they had, I think you could say, 9 out of 10, maybe even 98 out of 100 times, you're going to win that game with the pitching that you had at the end. You don't even get to Altuve at that point. But I think it is an important thing whether they want to admit it or not.
Shannon, athletes, they convince themselves that things aren't true. And some are honest about it and some aren't. I would think that if I'm Wu and I'm pitching on the road, I have to convince myself that nothing's wrong. I'm good on the road. I just got to fix a few things. How relieved do you think he was after his performance against the Astros? And did you see any type of relief? Did you see him relax a little bit after it was all said and done?
I think there was an affirmation in what he was doing and perhaps what he wasn't doing before. With Brian Wu, it really hasn't been about the pitches for the most part or the pitch quality. There has been an aspect of luck that has come into it, that he had, a ridiculously low BABIP, batting average of balls put in play against the fastball last year, which is good. That means he's getting the absolute most and then some he can out of that pitch, which, is an elite pitch. But it was really, really skewed in his favor. This year, as BABIP does, it kind of bounced back the other way on the fastball, and he wasn't getting as, sometimes people will call it luck in that situation with that pitch. And I think that as you get hit around a little bit, there is a dip in, I don't like using the word confidence because these guys are all confident, but perhaps you get a little bit more timid in how you approach hitters. And what they've really focused on him through this entire thing was they've looked at all the numbers, and we've looked at it too. You talk to people who follow the team and really get into things, and things haven't been that different from what he has been doing. And that's pretty much what the staff was convinced of as well. But when you don't get the outcome that you have had and your expectations to match, and Brian Wu took a huge step forward in his belief in himself and what he can do for this club and what this club can do, that sometimes sets you back a little bit. And as far as your aggressiveness when you take the hill and how easy it is to shake off when you don't get that little bit of luck, or maybe you don't make the pitch here, you don't put it behind you as quickly as you need to in the game. So the focus with him has been, look, you got to be that competitor out there. You've got to be on the attack out there, regardless of what's happening. The stuff is good. Don't worry about that. Go after them and go after them with every ounce of competitiveness that you have in you, which with him is a ton. And I think that is what he gets back in that. I think that is what is affirmed in him. It's like, yeah, I'm good, and I'm at a different level this year, coming off of everything that I did last year, and I can help propel this team towards where they want to be. And for him, it also, while it wasn't as dominant, I would say, in New York, it was very strong. He brought a 13-inning scoreless streak into that game in Houston, and then, added a few more innings to it. And so you look at that, and it's not a matter of home and road. It's a matter of where he is at that point. And if it's relief, I don't know if it's that, but I think he in his mind is like, okay, I got this right now. And that's what's most important.
Speaking of that kind of mental game, I would imagine that Cal's and playing kind of one of his own all year long. There were two interesting things I took from two Ryan interviews, one with Divish on with us and one from Ryan Rowland-Smith, who was on with Wyman and Bob. Divish said, look, the Cal thing's complicated because while he's clearly not bringing it offensively, he's such an important part of your game planning, of your relationship with your pitchers, and of everything that you want to do. That, and he just, even though the team says he's healthy and he says he's healthy, he doesn't quite look right, so you kind of have to keep it in the back of your mind. Meanwhile, Ryan Rowland-Smith, who was on with Wyman and Bob yesterday, kind of hinted that, maybe part of what Cal is struggling with is just a lack of confidence a little bit from feeling a ton of pressure and from underperforming, and that maybe stacking, I don't know, a couple doubles on this trip could unlock something. That there's as much as there's an oblique thing, that there's very much a mental thing right now with Cal too. You know him better than almost anyone. I mean, you talk to him every week for the Cal Raleigh Show. You've known him since he came up to the big leagues. What have you sensed from him this year, and what are you in particular watching? Because we're not going to see 2025 Cal, but what are you in particular watching from him in this trip to Milwaukee?
I'm watching for him to really put into action what he talked about at the beginning of this road trip in New York when he came out and spoke for the team and himself and what they needed to do offensively in particular. And he's talked about he has been a believer in if I do everything right and if I stick with that, it's all going to come out even in the end. And I think that there was probably a point this year where he saw it's not happening. And so that's a kind of shakeup in his belief. And that is, something that was so strong for him last year, and it worked for him. And this year is part of, and I think you look at it and you mentioned a whole bunch of different things that add up to, I think, where he is at right now. And that put him in a very different place, especially with the expectations that the team has, that he has, and that he puts on himself, which are very, very high. I remember I talked to him on a recent Cal Raleigh show, I think when we were in L.A., and I asked him about, because when he comes off the field, you would never know what just happened. His heartbeat is so even. And when he comes off the field in Seattle, he is, when we do a walk-off interview, then, he has just caught usually a pretty dramatic inning. It's a save situation quite often, and you would never know it. And I asked him about that, and he said that as the catcher, he knows that when he is behind the plate, all eyes are on him, and he has to project that calm. He has to project that steadiness, regardless of what's going through his head, regardless of what he is doing at the plate. It is up to him because all eyes are looking at him, and he is hopefully the grounding factor in that. That's a lot to take on every day, day in and day out, and that is something that he consciously takes on. He's not just, well, I'm the catcher, and I'm going to go out there and do everything that I'm supposed to do, and I'm going to do a good job at it. No, he's taking it the next step forward and saying, I'm the anchor back there, and I've got to make sure that it looks like that to the guys that are all looking in at me. So that's where he is in terms of, the responsibility that he takes on. And he has been in a place on top of everything else where you always hear that it's really tough to lead if you're not producing at the plate. And everything and every bit of importance that he has behind the plate, and it's huge, it doesn't matter. It's like if you are falling short, and in his case this year, very short of what you are at the plate, it kind of erases that in terms of leadership. And so I think for him, that's something he has never dealt with. He has been the leader on every team that he has ever been on. And he has wanted to be that and learned about that pretty much from the time he could walk and first set foot in a clubhouse, of a team that his dad was coaching or managing. So I think that has been something that has been he's been in an awkward position in that regard and never has. And so I think that has been very hard for him. I've seen him really wear it as strong as he tries to be and project that. And, going so far as doing the show every week that he does, you do see things. On the homestand, I saw him stay in the dugout probably 15 minutes after a game. That's a long time after a game to stay in the dugout. And he was talking with a coach, and I'm not sure which one. A lot of frustration there. He took a teammate's bat into 2 of the games in New York. And that's one of those things that when you see that, you're like, okay, we're now trying anything. You're trying to mix up the luck. You're trying to flush everything out of your head and just go up there and swing the bat. So for him, it has been a massive struggle to, A, find what he needs to be offensively to help this club, and B, balance all of that with how he can continue to try and lead the club. And so I think that has been just one of the toughest things for him, has been on the mental side in dealing with that. And he doesn't really show it. You have to really kind of look for it. But that is a tremendous amount to put on his shoulders, but that's what he has always done. And as far as what he is trying to do at the plate and how he can get there, and this leads back to everything I said, when he talked about the things that they need to do offensively, he was talking about, and he talked about this a couple of weeks ago as well, you got to stop thinking about yourself up there. You got to take those thoughts out of your head when you step up to the plate and just try and do whatever it is that you can do to advance the line, to advance that runner, and to go from there. And I do think that there have been a lot of times when he's gone up to the plate, and that's been hard because he's had those struggles and he's tried to adjust to them. So where he is right now, I think as the team does better, he's going to do better. I think that he has been doing things differently. In terms of, we've seen him take batting practice out on the field just about every day for the better part of a week now. That's not something he normally does. He normally does all of his work in the cages. on Picks to Click on the pregame show on Sunday. I was checking out at the hotel, and Edgar Martinez was behind me, and I turned to him, I'm like, hey, who do you feel good about today? And he said, Cal. So I'm kind of hopeful that the walks that we've seen, and we've seen them before, and some of the contact that we have seen, perhaps that is moving in the right direction. And I think that if he gets there, and if he is just, able to contribute anything offensively, I think that is going to help everything else in regards of what he is trying to do back there, and in turn, of course, help the club.
She is Mariners insider Shannon Dreher. Thanks, Shannon.
Thanks, Shannon.
You got it, guys.
Latest from Jeff Passan coming up next.
If you're subscribed to Seattle Sports on YouTube, then you saw Brock Ewer's latest digital exclusive first.
The news that Terion Arnold's going to be a Seahawk. Why I like this deal. Culture. Way too many alphas in this locker room, number one. Number two, if you're not on board, if you don't act right, you won't be a Seahawk. He's got great size. He's got tremendous strength. He's got awesome agility. And there's no better incubator to grow this guy. This will be his maybe last best shot in the NFL.
Find out first. Subscribe to Seattle Sports on YouTube now.
No matter the time of year, working out at home is the best. Brock Ewert here, and allow Top Fitness to create your own home gym. Simply give them your room dimensions, and they'll do a complete fitness room design. And everyone, from personal trainers to pro athletes, love their stuff. Top Fitness represents the very best brands in fitness, like Precor, Inspire Fitness, along with many others. They also have flooring and weights that go right in your home gym. Locations in Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or simply visit topfitness.com. That's Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
If it's blocking your view, keeping your yard dark or shaded, or impossible to mow around, get rid of that tree or stump this summer with P&D Tree Service. They'll do it safely and quickly, cleaning up your yard in the process. P&D Tree turns multi-day jobs into a few hours, saving you time and money. One tree or land clearing, they have the tools and expertise for the job. They specialize in large tree removal. Ever seen a tree removed by crane? PndTreeService.com.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and, of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Hi, how can I help?
Well, my husband and I feel like we've outgrown our current money manager.
I see.
Our lives have changed, and we need something more than just mutual funds to help us in retirement.
She's right.
I hear that often. At Fisher Investments, we'd start by getting to know you, your finances, family, health, lifestyle. We tailor a portfolio around your goals and needs.
Sounds good.
Can you help with estate planning?
Yes. We have a team of specialists who can help you with estate planning, Social Security, investment income, and more. We'll get to know your whole financial picture and help keep you on the path to a comfortable retirement.
And your fees?
We have a simple, transparent fee that's a percentage of the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
I feel better already.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com/different. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Back to the dugout on the home of the Mariners, Seattle Sports.
Jeff Passan was on Brock and Salk this morning, and we got to hear kind of a summary of the AL wildcard race, which not so great, but also that's good news for the Mariners, as well as a reflection on the offensive philosophy, the shift in offensive philosophy for the Mariners and whether it still suits their personnel. Let's start with a look at the wild card race. Jeff Passan in cut 34, holding nothing back.
I mean, you look at the standings right now,
And it's kind of embarrassing, frankly. The wild card teams over the last 10 games, the Orioles 5-5, and they have somehow ascended into a wild card spot. The Rangers 4-6, the Tigers 5-5, the Twins 4-6. The freaking Blue Jays are in it, but they're 7-3. Guardians and Mariners both have lost 7 of their last 10. I mean, it is a 6-team race, maybe 7 teams for one spot. And it's going to make for a hell of an interesting last 6 weeks.
Yeah, it certainly will. And frankly, probably a very interesting final few days of the season, final week of the season. The Mariners, more than anyone else, need to get hot right now. They've won 3 of their last 4, took a series from a bitter division rival, narrowed that division lead to 4 games. Like Jeff said, 2.5 back in the AL wildcard, but it's not like get 2.5 and you're there. You got to consider tiebreakers. You have to consider all the other teams that are fighting. So every series matters. Some people are kind of disgusted by the American League in this race, but for me, I'm like, you know what? I'd rather be in it. I'd rather be fighting.
Why not? Would you rather just be already packing like the Angels, like the A's? You know, no. I'd rather be in the mix. It doesn't matter. You know, there's this saying in golf, Stacy. You hit a bad shot, right? But it ends up, the way it got there was ugly, but it landed by the hole, right? When you write the score down, no one's going to talk about how you got there. They're just going to look at the score, right? You might talk about how the Mariners have gotten there, but so what, right? You've been playing ugly golf so far, but you're still in the match. That's all you have to focus on, and hopefully they start this series off correctly with the Brewers.
Hopefully they do. We're going to go to cut 35. This series starts tonight. Bryce Miller on the mound for a 4:40 p.m. first pitch. Jeff Passan asked whether the Mariners have a chance to at least win a couple in Milwaukee. Take a listen to what he said.
Yeah, I think the Mariners are always capable of doing it, but Kyle Harrison has been very good this season, and he comes with a premium fastball. And Robert Gasser, the stuff isn't quite the same, but it's solid. And Dustin May's stuff has been very good. He's been solid since he's come over. I mean, let's put it this way. At least you're not facing Mizorowski.
You know what,
exactly.
Jeff? I'll take that. Jeff doesn't sound super confident at the job. Yeah, but
sure.
I mean, look, they are in it. They do have a chance, and he's right. It is good news you're not facing Jacob Mizorowski. I don't want anything to do with him.
No, you take advantage of your situation, just like you're trying to take advantage of a horrible season for the AL. You take advantage of not having to see this young man. So, you know what? Put bat to ball, Stacy. Put it in play.
Put bat to ball.
Need that bat pip.
The lineup was just released for tonight's game. Donovan leading off at third. Randy Arozarena, Canzone at third base. Canzone is third in the lineup. He's your DH tonight. Rodriguez, Naylor, Young, Raleigh, your catcher, Robles in right field, and Brock Rodden at short. Brock Rodden, by the way. I mean, they're 1-0 in series where Brock Rodden plays for you. So
there's nothing like a baseball player that wears number 90.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that he's like 5'6".
5'7". Don't
5'7".
do him like that.
I'm sorry. I appreciate that he's 5'7". He seems like he has a great attitude. He's actually had some pretty solid ABs.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you go undefeated the rest of the year. That would be crazy. But I am saying I like the injection of energy. And it's a bummer that they have to build on momentum if you're someone that believes in it. It's a bummer they have to build on it against this team. Like, you'd love to be able to kind of fake it till you make it and have like a really horrible opponent right here so you could just get that confidence back. But like you said, and you've said all day, square up. Like, that's who's what? That's what you said.
I know, but the way you said it.
Because I was quoting you.
You're so sweet and innocent.
Square up.
Square up, guys.
Square up.
Guys, we have to square up.
Square up. Square up. Because, you got to square up. And that.
You know why it sounds funny?
I don't know what it means, but.
Because you've never squared up before. So.
Like, gotten in a fight?
Yeah.
Is square up like you put your fists up?
Yeah, square up.
I know, but I don't think that's a bad thing.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It was just very, Just like what you say, Bump.
You took away from a lot of the fire that I was trying to inject.
I'm sorry.
But
that was very cute.
Square up.
Very cute.
They need to square up. Let's one more here on the wild card race. Let's go to cut 33. Here's Jeff.
Outside of quarterback, for real, we got the hardest position on the field, man.
The big-time players.
They can't beat us throwing the ball.
Make big-time plays.
Ball picked up. Witherspoon comes near side.
And a big-time Seahawk.
Witherspoon, 97 yards.
Is locked in for the long haul.
Spoon, man, the soul of our defense. Spoon is the heart of it.
Spoon's extension. And what's next for the Hawks. All at SeattleSports.com. And the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
Let's go.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing.
Especially going into a series like this. Listen, I've been on enough times with you, Brock, for you to understand. I don't take regular season series particularly seriously. Like, I just think they're 3 games out of 162. This series this week, I would take seriously if I were the Mariners. And frankly, we're at the point where almost every series is important. I was looking at the Pirates earlier today, and I know the National League wild card is a completely different place than the American League wild card, but the Pirates, who have had playoff aspirations all year, need to play .700 ball to get into the playoffs by my calculation for the rest of the season. That's not exactly the case in the American League.
He's right. It's not. However, I will say you do have to play as the Mariners, like over 620 ball, I would imagine. I mean, you can afford max, and this is if, like, Houston doesn't become the hottest team on the planet. Curtis, correct me if I'm wrong. What, like 12 losses, 14 losses from here on out? Because I don't think you can dip far below 80.
You're probably going to need, like, probably like 10 or 11 losses. You can kind of give yourself some wiggle room.
That you can, quote, afford.
From this point. Yeah.
Counting the win you're about to get tonight, because you're going to square up.
There you go. That was better. Proud of you.
But yeah, so it is an easier path than Toronto digging themselves out of the AL East. It is an easier path than any wild card or team fighting for a wild card spot in the National League. It is not an easy path. Important distinction there.
No, it's not easy at all. Nothing in life is easy.
Yeah.
Look at the Dodgers. They were scared for a minute.
You think they were really scared?
I mean, they're more like, what's going on? We're going to make the playoffs, but come on, guys.
It was like a tiny, not like a true identity crisis. I think Mariners fans were like, wow, this is the most gutting, disappointing feeling. I feel heartbroken. Dodgers fans were like, this is unacceptable.
We must do better here.
We simply have to do better. Send that $240 million guy to Phoenix.
To Phoenix.
They said send him to Arizona.
Send him to the local In-N-Out in Phoenix. Goodness gracious.
God. No, the Dodgers will be fine. And it is a good way to wrap back to the Brewers, because the Brewers handed the Dodgers 3 of those 4 losses.
Could you imagine sending someone that's worth $60 million a year to Phoenix?
It's simply not going to happen.
No.
But I think they can afford to give them mental days.
Yeah. You know what? Go to Phoenix to play golf and then come back. You're not going down there
and maybe that'll get you right.
There you go.
Yeah. The Mariners are doing something very, very cool for Rick Rizz's final season, and they just announced it. That's next.
Isn't it great to be back in pads playing football? Little Seahawks style.
The work continues for the defending champs.
Creating this vision of who we want to become all the time.
With the first preseason game in the books. What are the biggest questions? The players to keep an eye on. Roster battles to watch.
Hey, we got to turn it up, dude.
Stay connected to all things training camp on Seattle Sports, the home of the Seahawks.
Man, how cool has it been to have a behind-the-scenes view into not only the main storylines during training camp, but what truly makes these guys tick? It's Mike Salk here, and that constant strive for improvement, right? What can you get better at each day? If that's inspiring to you at all, and if you want to become the best version of yourself, Eastside Weight Loss Clinic can help. They've helped more than 4,000 people locally lose significant weight and become a healthier, happier version of themselves. Heck, I lost 35 pounds in 8 weeks, and that could be you by this fall. Here's the best part. You get to enjoy delicious food that you love. The program teaches you lifelong habits so you can keep the weight off, and there's no monthly fees, no pills, no injections, and it's all real food that you buy at the grocery store. All it takes to get started is a free 15-minute phone call. Find out if it's right for you. You can schedule yours at eastsideweightlossklinik.com and take that call when you're in the car, commuting to work, or running errands. The only thing you have to lose is the weight itself. Go to eastsideweightlossklinik.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
Motorcycle accident cases require a thorough investigation by a team of experienced legal professionals if they have any chance of being successful. Insurance companies, juries, and even the police tend to assume the worst about motorcycle riders. Get help from an experienced team of attorneys that have successfully resolved hundreds of motorcycle accident cases over the past 30 years. Call Davis Law Group for a free legal consultation or get my free book on motorcycle accidents at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com. That's Davis Law Group, better service and even better results.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
We'll work hard to get you the best deal we can, and I know you've heard that before. But when that promise comes from Lee Johnson Dealerships, you can count on it.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Guys, if your energy is down, your workouts feel harder, and your drive isn't what it used to be, it may not be aging. It could be low testosterone. At Revive Health here in Seattle, the first step is simple: a free testosterone exam and consultation with an experienced medical provider. We'll review your labs, symptoms, and overall health to determine if testosterone therapy could help improve your energy, strength, and performance. And for a limited time, qualified patients can get started with a free month of TRT. Revive has helped over 120,000 men since 2011 improve energy, sleep, mood, and confidence. If something feels off, don't ignore it. Get answers and take control of your health. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivehealth.com. Revive Health. Elevate your vibe. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact Revive for full details.
August is always a time of excitement because football is back. But anyone that watches practice or preseason games knows how much work needs to be done before the season starts. If you're feeling the same about your home project, Harley Exteriors wants to help you get a head start on making sure your home is ready for fall football nights. $500 off each window, $750 off patio and entry doors, and $200 off your final project. Spend a few minutes with the folks at Harley Exteriors during your free estimate, and you'll realize you have a lot in common. They love our local teams, they're good at what they do, and they'll take care of your home. Use Harley Exteriors to complete your home project this month and receive 12 or 18-month promotional financing.
Qualified buyers only. Subject to credit approval and lender terms. Minimum purchase of 4 qualifying windows required. Windows must be 36 by 36 inches or larger. No size minimum on patio or entry doors. Financing subject to approved credit. Offers cannot be combined with other promotions. Offer expires August 31st, 2026.
HarleyExteriors.com.
Back to the dugout on the home of the Mariners, Seattle Sports.
The Mariners announced today they'll be celebrating Rick Rizzs' farewell weekend during the final home series of the year, September 25th through September 27th. Tickets are on sale now at mariners.com/tickets. Joining us now, voice of the Mariners, Rick Rizzs. Riz, how's it going?
Stacy, yeah, I can't believe it. It's going to be a lot of fun leading up to the final weekend, but I can't believe it. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday that week, it's going to be, quite a roller coaster ride. I'm looking forward to it. A lot of things planned on Friday and Saturday, and fireworks, and then the playoffs. So I'm looking forward to that. That's what I'm really looking forward to.
I do want to throw in one other thing. So again, it's celebrating Rick. farewell weekend. It's the final home series. And one other thing the Mariners are doing is you can leave a message for Rick. It's the Holy Smokes hotline. And you can tell Rick what he means to you. It's 206-346-4299. If you have questions, it's on the Mariners social accounts if you need to double check the number or look at that again. But it's the Holy Smokes hotline. So you can leave Rick a message. Rick, I feel like the Mariners maybe, I was going to say, sent a message to themselves. I don't know. But I think taking 2 of 3 from Houston is obviously massive. Do you think that was an emotional shift for this team?
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. And I think they realized that they had to go in there and at least win the series. And really, they were a swing and a miss by Jose Altuve away from sweeping the series. I mean, that was a nasty pitch down and away. I don't know how the heck he hit that ball, but he popped it up and got a base hit in the right field. It led to a big inning. But Munoz has been great, for the last 2 months. But, yeah, they knew that their backs were up against the wall. They had to do something, and that something was to go out and score some runs, which they did. I mean, they won a close one on Sunday 3-2, but they scored 10 runs the day before, 7 runs the day before that, even though they lost 10-7 because of that comeback. But that's what they have to do. When they hit, they win. But they knew they had to get something going. And Brendan Donovan means so much to that ball club. They really missed him for, in fact, most of the season. He only played about 25 games at the start of the year because he was going to be in that starting lineup every day at the top of the order every day playing third base. And now, we saw what he could do a couple of days ago. Got 3 hits, drove in 3 runs, and then Cal's going to get going. But when they score runs, they win. So they knew their backs were up against the wall, and now they've whittled the lead down to 4. So they still have a shot, and only 2 games out, a couple games out in the wild card.
Riz, do you know who Chick Hearn is or was?
Oh, yeah, Hall of Fame broadcaster for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Exactly.
One of the
so I grew up
in NBA history.
I grew up on Chick Hearn, right? And I was trying to put into context is what you mean to this area. So I looked up Chick. That's my favorite announcer of all time. 41 years he was the voice for the Lakers. This is your 42nd year?
41st year.
41st year. Boom. Perfect. I'm like, Riz is the Northwest Chick Hearns, man. That is crazy. I'm so honored to even work with you and talk to you on a weekly basis, man. I don't think you realize how important you are to this region, man.
Well, after all these years, you kind of have an idea, from the people that you meet and, the conversations that you have with them and the way they write in and the great letters that, that all of us really get. We don't really know the true impact until it's there and hits you in the face by meeting somebody and they tell you, I've milked 10,000 cows to you and Dave Niehaus, you were there for me, You don't realize that until they actually tell you that. But you do have an idea that, when you're around for 41 years that you have an impact. They get a chance to know you. Fans get a chance to know me. I get a chance to know them. I meet them at spring training or I see them in the hallway outside the booth or I see them at the ballpark. And that's really the best part of this job is having that connection bump that you had for so many years with Chick Hearn. You feel like you knew the man, like he was, part of your family. And that's what Dave Niehaus and I've been able to do. And now Gary Hill Jr. and Aaron Goldsmith, they're been around now for a long time, and Shannon Dre, of course, too. But that's the beauty about what we do. And if we do our jobs well, we become a part of your lives, and you get to share part of my life too. My cat Sparky. People know so much about my cat Sparky, and my journey growing up in Chicago and playing in a sandlot behind my house, falling in love with baseball and broadcasting, and that's the beauty about what we do. We get a chance to know each other, and we've known each other for a long, long time. And working with you and Stacy have been great. I love it when you guys are there, and Curtis. You guys make my day. I listen to you guys. You make me laugh. You make me smile. You inform me, but you have fun on the radio. And that's what I've tried to do for, 52 years, my years in the minor leagues and my 41 years in Seattle. Baseball should be fun, and that's what I try to do.
You make it fun for sure, Riz, and we appreciate you. So on Saturday, the Seahawks and Rabel, allowed me to call the second quarter of the preseason game. And I was hoping that I would get a touchdown call because the rule is, Rabes told me, and he was taught, it's always touchdown Seahawks, then you mention a player, right? No one's bigger than the team. But you have your sayings. You got holy smokes, grand salami. Like, how did you figure out what your calls were going to be, and when did it start feeling good to you?
Yeah, many, many years ago, Milo Hamilton had Holy Toledo, and Harry Carey had Holy Cow. So I needed a holy something. And holy smokes just sound, I've heard, guys say that, and I go, well, that sounds pretty cool. So when something exciting happened, I started in the minor league saying holy smokes, but I didn't really have a home run call. My first year was just gone, home run. But then when I was in Amarillo, Texas, the Texas Rangers would have a caravan, much like we did for many years. We went out in the state of Washington, even up to Alaska and Canada, and talked to the fans. And this one particular year I was in Amarillo, the Rangers came up with a few of their players, along with Dick Reisenhover, who was their longtime play-by-play announcer, who I really enjoyed listening to and I admired because he was a big league announcer. And I got a chance to sit down and talk with Mr. Reisenhover back in 1976 when they had the caravan up in Amarillo, and he encouraged me. And I even used his crowd noise tape because I recreated games when I was in Amarillo. I didn't go on a lot of the road trips, so I had to make up the game, and from the true facts that happened in the game. But I had his crowd noise tape that he used way back in the 1960s, and it made you feel like you're at the ballpark. So he allowed me to use that crowd noise tape. But his home run call was Goodbye, Mr. Spalding. He had such an impact in my life that I just tweaked it a little bit. He passed away the following year from cancer. And so in honor of Dick Reisenhover, I'd go Goodbye Baseball instead of Goodbye, Mr. Spalding. And that's how I came up with my home run call in honor of Dick Reisenhover, the longtime play-by-play announcer for the Texas Rangers. That's how I got that bump.
Awesome.
Is there kind of like an additional, I don't want to say like a weight or something you're aware of, but like when you're around the players even or around the coaches, are there moments you just try to like soak it up a little more than you normally would?
Yeah, this year I'm just doing exactly that. I've said it, I think more than once. I said I'm just trying to enjoy every drop of the season, Stacy, because I know this is going to be my last one. And, being that dugout, I don't know when the next time I'm going to be in that dugout. I know I still want to do something for the team, but as a broadcaster, you're in there every day. And for 40-something years, you kind of take it for granted. You're going to be there every day to do your job, which I've loved to do for many, many years. So I'm just enjoying every moment. I'm looking at things differently. When I go on the road, a few road trips I'm going on, last year when I was in Boston, I knew I wasn't going to go to Boston this year. So I had Shannon Dreher take a picture of me with the monster in left field. I said, Shannon, it was April 2025. I said, this is going to be my last time at Fenway Park. So I even started back then last year, realizing that this year was going to be my last year. And I really wanted to savor every moment, with the players, with the visiting guys, to talk with Don Mattingly, I've known in the minor leagues and everything, and the guys that I've known for many, many years. So, yeah, I'm enjoying every drop of the season that I can.
Well, every time we have you on, we always get messages from people, oh, I love Rick. You guys can tell Rick, call the Holy Smokes hotline to tell Rick what he means to you. You can share messages of congratulations, wish him well in retirement, share whatever story you want to share with Rick. That text line, the Holy Smokes hotline, is 206-346-4299. The legendary voice of the Mariners, Rick Rizzs. Thanks, Rizzs.
Thanks, Riz.
Well, I tell you what, have him do a play-by-play with a Holy Smokes or a Grand Salami Call or Goodbye Baseball, something like that.
Nice.
Oh, that's solid. Yeah. Send in your play-by-play calls, your home run calls for Rick.
Yeah. We're looking for a replacement for next year, so you never know.
Just try out tape. Thanks, Rick.
Thanks, Riz.
See you, Bump. Thank you.
Your lineup, Donovan, Arozarena, Canzone, Rodriguez, Naylor, Young, Raleigh, Robles, Rodden, Miller on the mound today for a 4:40 p.m. first pitch, 3:30 p.m. pregame show. The Mariners have won 3 of their last 4, but what do the numbers tell us about where this team is heading into tonight's series opener against Milwaukee? Let's find out next with Alex Mayer.
Outside of quarterback, for real, we got the hardest position on the field, man.
The big-time players
They can't beat us throwing the ball.
make big-time plays.
Ball picked up. Witherspoon comes near side.
And a big-time Seahawk
Witherspoon, 97 yards.
is locked in for the long haul.
Spoon, man, the soul of our defense. Spoon is the heart of it.
Spoon's extension and what's next for the Hawks, all at seattlesports.com and the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Let's go.
No matter the time of year, working out at home is the best. Brock Hewart here, and allow Top Fitness to create your own home gym. Simply give them your room dimensions, and they'll do a complete fitness room design. And everyone, from personal trainers to pro athletes, love their stuff. Top Fitness represents the very best brands in fitness, like Precor, Inspire Fitness, along with many others. They also have flooring and weights that go right in your home gym. Locations in Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or simply visit topfitness.com. That's Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
Your neighbors at 3 Tree Roofing love telling you no. No high-pressure sales pitches. No Band-Aid fixes that will fail come wintertime. No outrageous pricing from some corporate-owned roofing company with headquarters thousands of miles from here. 3 Tree Roofing is local, family-owned, and their team will build you a worry-free plan for your roof replacement, completely free. Visit 3treeroofing.com to schedule your free estimate and call today to say yes to an additional $500 discount. That's 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Hey, I know something you probably haven't done in a while. Climb into your crawl space or your attic. Yeah, me neither. Mike Salk here. And most homeowners avoid those areas for good reason. But it's important to check on them regularly, especially here in the Northwest, where groundwater can wreak havoc and many homes lack the proper insulation in these spaces. So when it's hot in the summer, your house gets even hotter. And guess what? When it's cold in the winter, your house gets even colder because you don't have enough insulation. The good news, you don't have to crawl into those dingy areas, because Crawl Pros will do it. They go where you don't want to. That's what they did at my house. They found a little rodent intrusion, and they found the insulation problem. So yeah, they can help you get it all fixed, just like they did with me. And if you need any work done, local utility companies offer rebates that could save you thousands on your project. Don't just assume that your crawl space and attic are in great condition. Do what I did. Call Crawl Pros today. Schedule a free corner-to-corner inspection at crawlpros.com.
Daryl's knee problems started years ago.
The initial injury happened back in my high school days. It was more of a nerve damage that was done in the knee.
And eventually it led to surgery.
They had the knee replacement done on the right knee. The orthopedic surgeon I worked with obviously was ready to do the work on the left knee, and I just didn't feel good about it.
Instead of another replacement, he chose stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. How's your pain now?
On a bad day, 1 or 2.
So you went from an 8 to a 1 or a 2?
It's been great. I can't say the same for the other knee. We're still having challenges.
And when people ask you about surgery?
What I always tell them is that you should first talk to Dr. Wagner. You should look at stem cell as an option before you do the surgery. Because once you do the surgery, the stem cell isn't going to help you. And if he says he can help you, believe him.
Before you choose surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first, the most experienced in the Northwest with over 20,000 stem cell procedures. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Your dog is limping, but she seems fine. Plus, you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want. So what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Back to the dugout on the home of the Mariners, Seattle Sports.
The Mariners have won 3 of their last 4, including taking to, I keep saying 3 of their last 4, including taking 2 from the Houston Astros. Going to talk about a little bit of what we learned. Obviously, Andres Munoz getting his 100th save. A lot of stuff with Mariner stats and informations. Alex Mayer joining us right now. Alex, how's it going?
Great, guys. Greetings from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
I wanted to start by focusing on the starting pitching, mostly because Woo really had a fantastic day. But, I mean, we saw a shutout in Yankee Stadium if we want to go even further back. How good can this team be if the starting pitching is like it's been for the last couple days?
Yeah, I think obviously you look at some of our offensive star players not performing how they did 2025. But the next thing I'm looking at in terms of our record and winning percentage drop-off from last year to this year is the starting pitching on the road this year. The ERA is over a run higher on the road than it is at home, and that's a natural occurrence when you play 81 games at a pitcher-friendly ballpark like T-Mobile Park. But yeah, I mean, if we see what we've seen the last couple games from our starting pitching, in particular Woo, Hancock, and Gilbert's last turns, I think we're in store for a lot more wins on the road. It's been really good to see.
It's been good to see Munoz do his thing as well, man. That velocity is back up, but he has an opportunity to hit a big number. What is it?
Yeah, he does, Bump. So he just recorded his 100th save 2 days ago. And funny enough, 99 of those are with the Mariners. 1 came with the Padres in 2019 before Jerry and Justin brought him over in the trade here. So when he records his next save, hopefully here in Milwaukee, he'll become the 4th Mariners pitcher with 100 saves in a Seattle uni. He would join Kaz Sasaki, Edwin Diaz, and J.J. Putz. So that'd be really elite company, and I think Mooney is already thought of as on the Mount Rushmore of Mariners relievers, and I think he really has a chance to set the all-time record looking forward. Kaz Sasaki currently holds that with 129 saves.
Obviously, there's a lot of good happening for the pitching, but I did want to ask you about offense, whether there's a player or any numbers that stand out. I know it's been a tiny, tiny sample size, but Alex, I'm going to be honest, I think that Mariners fans are just desperate to look at that improvement and try to take anything from it if they can. So what's standing out to you?
Yeah, I was diving into it, Stace. I was looking at like the swing percentage about the same, contact rate about the same, pitches per plate appearance was even about the same. I think one thing that stood out, especially hate to go back to Friday's game, but the approaches were really good. Scored 7 runs. And then Saturday's win, the 10-5 win, that was an impressive win. But what I'm looking at is 17 runs over those 2 games, small sample size like you mentioned, 17 runs, 1 total home run. It was that Cole Young 3-run homer at the end of Saturday's game. So finding ways to score runners, I think, other than the long ball. It's been talked about on your show. It's been talked about on our broadcast for sure. But the Mariners are the most reliant team out of 30 on the home run. The most percentage of their runs come via the home run in the league. So seeing, I don't like using the word small ball because I think doubles and triples do the trick too. But finding ways to score with men in scoring position, 2 outs, all kinds of ways of scoring runs has been what stood out to me the most.
All right, so Julio has 19 bombs. He's got 16 stolen bases. Do you think he can go or reach 30 and 30?
I think it would take quite the effort, but we still have 37 games left. So if Julio is blessed with health down the stretch and he's in the lineup every day, I mean, we've talked about it in this segment. We've seen what he can do in the second half, and more specifically kind of, this time of year, mid-late August going into September. So I think he could do it, Bump. And if he does do it, he will become the first player, literally the first player in Major League history with 3 30-30 seasons over a player's first 5 years. He's already part of an elite group that's done it twice in their first 4 years. But if he can notch 11 more homers and 14 more bags, he'd become the only player in big league history with 3 in his first 5.
He certainly got a chance with some of the September pitching that they're going to be facing. You got to get there, though. Speaking of pitching, Cade Anderson, is he having one of the best seasons by a minor leaguer ever?
Gosh, I honestly think so. I don't like to use hyperbole, but you look at his stats, 135 strikeouts, 13 walks. So the K to walk ratio is insane. It's 10. Usually you'll lead the league at like 4 or 5, by the way. 18 starts. He's 10-1. He's only allowed 11 runs in the 13 walks we mentioned in 18 starts. I mean, video game numbers and beyond, I would say, with Cade. So Jerry told media a few weeks ago that he would almost definitely not be used in a relief capacity. So, we might not see him this year. We may see him. That's not for me to decide, but he has been having an incredible year, and he's an awesome guy, too. I got to know Cade pretty well during our Fan Fest event back in January. Looking forward to having him one day.
How do the Mariners get this one done? I mean, you're going up against a team that doesn't hit a lot of bombs. Their team ERA is pretty good. You're avoiding their ace. So what type of series do you think is needed to be played for these guys to pull it off?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this series. I think the thing to watch for, Bump, I think, is, Mariners pitching. They throw a lot of strikes. Dominate the zone is the whole pitching mantra here in Seattle. So Mariners pitching throws a lot of strikes. The Milwaukee Brewers swing less than any team in the big leagues. They actually have the lowest swing percentage. So it'll be interesting to see with our pitchers, peppering the zone to see if the Brewers kind of up their aggressiveness or if they stay patient and, stick to their plan. So that's what I'm looking forward to most.
And what are we watching tonight on our side of things here with Bryce Miller getting the start?
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to watching Bryce pitch. I think in his last start at Yankee Stadium went okay. I mean, he gave us length. He went 6 innings, but he did give up the 5 runs. So would love to see him go deep into the game like in the Bronx, but, obviously limit the damage. Ran into some bad luck. I remember he only gave up 1 homer, only walked 1 guy. So, hopefully he gives us 6 again and turns it to that bullpen that threw 3 scoreless last win.
What about what's his name? Rodden? Is it
Brock Rodden?
Brock Rodden, number 90.
Yeah.
And the program's number 1 in your hearts.
90.
5'7". Someone told me to read his bio. I saw him. I saw his measurables, and I fell in love off top because I'm like, listen, I like an underdog. How's he been able to contribute to the squad?
I mean, his 3 games in Houston, it was practically the Brock Rodden series. I mean, even the loss, he came up with the heroics. If that automatic double didn't get over the fence, I mean, you could play the what-if game all day, but we're taking the lead there. And then added the sac fly later in that game. But he's awesome. I know we get Statsy on this segment, but I'll take it away from stats and say that the dude has crazy swag, too. I rode the elevator down with him at the hotel in Houston, and he had this velvet like button down shirt with all the buttons undone. The chain game was just insane. So crazy swag from Brock Rodden.
Unbelievable. In the lineup tonight, hitting 9. So we'll see more from him. He is Mariner Stats and Information's Alex Mayer. Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, Alex.
You got it, guys. Thank you.
This has been The Dugout. Wyman and Bob coming your way next.
Isn't it great to be back in pads playing football? Little Seahawks style.
The work continues for the defending champs.
Creating this vision of who we want to become all the time.
With the first preseason game in the books. What are the biggest questions? The players to keep an eye on. Roster battles to watch.
Hey, we got to turn it up, dude.
Stay connected to all things training camp on Seattle Sports, the home of the Seahawks.
Need a lift? In your business, equipment downtime is not an option. With parts in stock and factory-trained mobile technicians, Levitt Machinery is here to get your business back up and running. From forklifts to telehandlers, aerial lifts to track loaders. Trust Levitt Machinery to lift you back up and get your equipment back to work. Because at Levitt Machinery, if it's forked, we fix it. LevittMachinery.com. Give us a call today. Stack it, reach it, lift it, Levitt.
Hey, Mike Salk here for Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and not all getaways are going to earn 4 diamonds, but you can experience the 4 Diamond Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, where the breathtaking views, elevated dining, and world-class gaming and entertainment make the perfect escape. Also, check out upcoming shows. You got 80s pop sensation Taylor Dane on September 6th, or local rock legends Queensryche on October 10th. Tickets at snocasino.com. You can elevate your next getaway. That's 4 Diamond and Seattle's closest Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Please, gamers responsibly.
At Lake Washington Windows and Doors, we provide top quality windows that are 25% more energy efficient, reduce noise by 50%, and stay clear with low maintenance glass. With Leak Armor installation and lifetime warranties, you're protected for life. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John always listens to his truck. So when his brakes start talking, he goes to AutoZone, where a helpful AutoZoner gets him the right parts. If John has time to put them in, he borrows a kit with Loan-A-Tool. And if he doesn't, he gets a free shop referral. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool. Restrictions apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
We'll work hard to get you the best deal we can. Those are just words until you know who's saying them. From Lee Johnson, it's a promise you can count on.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and